Athletics wants to remind you that good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of educational athletics. Our student-athletes recognize that judgment calls by officials, coaches, and themselves are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments and cheering today. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support the students in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. More awesome tunes are coming up here on Game Time.
The Yukon Valley's played to win. We play like champions. This is Game Time.
Can we get the girls and their escorts to the 40, the boys on the north 40-yard line, the girls on the south? Correction on that. Girls on the north, the boys on the south.
Good evening, Millers. We are going to start off the 2023 homecoming court with freshman escort Grace Scostapole. She is the daughter of Holly and will be escorted by her father, Mark. Her favorite football memory was Yukon versus Mustang, and her favorite song is Son to Me by Zach Bryan. When asked who her hero was, she responded, "My hero is my mom, because she has provided me with guidance, motherly love, and has always been there for me. My mom is someone in my life that has given me a reason to never give up." Grace's favorite fall activity is the state fair, and her celebrity crush is Zach Bryan. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for freshman homecoming escort Grace Scostapole. Next up on the 2023 homecoming court is freshman escort Wyatt Jones. He is the son of Courtney and Russell Jones. His favorite football memory is beating Norman North by 1 in the last few seconds of the game. When asked who his hero is, he responded, "My dad, because he is really cool and I want to be like him when I am older." His favorite fall activity is football, and his favorite childhood Halloween costume was Papa's Mummy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for freshman homecoming escort Wyatt Jones. Next up on the 2023 homecoming court is sophomore escort Caroline B. She is the daughter of her favorite football game. Her favorite fall activity is getting all drinks with her friends. Her favorite childhood Halloween costume is Winnie the Pooh, and her favorite color is purple. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for sophomore escort Caroline B. Next up on the 2023 sophomore escort Noel P. He is the son of Michael P. and Andrew P. He plays football, and his favorite memory was freshman year, dancing in the rain during practice. His hero was his dad because he is always there for him. He sits in the rights and the wrongs to succession. His favorite fall activity is going to haunted houses. His celebrity crush is Scarlett Johansson, and his favorite color is yellow. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for sophomore homecoming escort Noel P. Next up on the 2023 homecoming court is junior escort Emmeline Jarvis. Emmeline Jarvis is her She has a surprise escort onto the field this evening. Emmeline is being escorted by her father, Joe Jarvis, who returned today from a year-long overseas deployment with the Army National Guard. Her favorite memory from football is anytime someone is playing. Her favorite song is Good Days by SZA, and her favorite color is green. Her favorite fall activity is going to Starbucks with Caroline. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for junior homecoming escort Emmeline Jarvis. Next up on the 2023 homecoming court is junior escort Carter Creech. He is the son of Brett and Michael
Second
Michelle
down
Creech.
for Owasso.
His
Golden
favorite
North for
song
one.
is
1 yard away from a chance to move to the state championship 6A1 final next Saturday night.
That's right. Willingham takes the snap. He's going to try to run up the middle. Touchdown, Owasso Rams! The Rams win! The Rams win! The Rams win! They are going to the state championship!
Absolute thriller. It goes 6 overtimes before Owasso knocks off Union 50-47. Just unbelievable.
You should approach this like a playoff game, because it is. How are you going to know how to play when you get to the playoffs if you don't start doing it now? We're looking for effort. Can you play with the passion they can't match? That's what we're looking for. Got it? Yes, sir.
Every play is worth the district championship when you're out on the field. Every freaking play means something. You don't take it out on them and tell them to come back and get another one. You got me? You take it out on them and tell them to come back and get another one until they don't want no more. Every play is for the district championship. Let's have a great weekend.
Here we go, everybody up. Everybody up. About there's moments out there. Guys, let me tell you, there's a big moment out there waiting on us. Okay? There's nothing like getting to play in these big games. I can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to watch you guys play. Understand, we talked all week about playing with the passion. There's nothing like when the grease gets hot on the Union football team. Nothing like it. Okay? I mean, it's an awesome feeling. Let's go get the grease hot. Let's go have a great one. Sound good? Yes, sir. All right, let's go win one. Let's go.
The Cathedral on Mingo, everybody's calling it. The incomparable Union Tuttle Stadium on a beautiful night. Now, the last time these two got together, that 6 overtime classic.
This one could easily end up deciding the 6A1 District 2 title.
Quick hit in the backfield right as the ball was handed off, and the Union's defense holds up.
Oh, big time play right there.
Quick pass left side. A little bit of running room for Gino Boyd. He's out in space. He may go. Gino Boyd, 45-yard touchdown.
How about Gino Boyd right there?
Big hole right side, untouched. Union scores first. Jordan Schelling from 2 yards out.
But look at this offensive line. Look up front and look at the hole right there, Zig. No white jerseys to be found right there. Outstanding job by that offensive line.
Red Hawks will take over offensively at the 20-yard line. Again, puts his head down and gets enough for the first.
You need a first, you know, to go to the move to change.
Rolling to the right, Reising. He's going to keep it himself. Touchdown.
Reising.
Shaker Reising from 6.
Okay, break it down then, Reising.
Reising on 1st and 15. Goes back across, has a wide open receiver. Touchdown, Gino Boyd. 57 yards.
How about that? Wide open that time. Boy, he just puts it on the money. Look, no one in sight right there.
3rd and goal for the Rams. They're going to have to get it in. They do not.
Hurry up.
Jaden Hall.
Not going to get a play.
They don't have a timeout. That's the way the first half comes to an end. Russell just comes up short just before the half. Union with the 21-8 halftime lead. Pressure hit as he throws the ball and it's picked off. A one-handed grab. And look at that, Lane Wood comes up with his first interception of the year.
About Lane Wood right there, and that's a big-time play by Mr. Wood.
Reisig again. He's got a man It was a slant and go. Touchdown, Gino Boyd. Second one of the night.
How about this, the Boyd? He's cooking right there, getting it done. That Union defense is settling in.
That's what I said. They were giving up some big chunks of offense in that first half, and here, half number 2, a turnover, and now it's a 3rd and 12.
They're rocking and rolling right now defensively, really settling in.
Dyson under pressure and pass nearly picked off. Again, this one broken up by JT Frederick. Rising has a man open again. This one caught. Another touchdown, Brendan McQueen.
How about that? McQueen behind the defense. This Union Red Hawk offense is rolling right now. Pressure coming.
Dyson lobs it in the middle, and it's going to be picked off.
Every time they bring that pressure, something good happens for Union.
Plenty of time. Scrambles out of the pocket. Another wide open receiver. Touchdown, Union Boston Carrasco.
Oh, man.
Rysick 2. Number 24, Jordan Shelley. Out of the backfield, touchdown. Union scores again. Taken at the 1-yard line.
That's some room. That's some room. That's some room.
Boston Carrasco, 99 yards for the touchdown. Final tonight, Union wins it 55-22. They got things rolling second and third quarter. Rod Thompson, they dominated this game to go 1-0 in district play.
Oh man, very impressive win. We talk about, this Union team bouncing back from the backyard bowl.
Good evening and welcome to Yukon, Oklahoma, western part of Oklahoma City, just off the shore of Lake Overholser. This is Yukon High School in Millerfield, where tonight the 1-3 Yukon Millers take on the 3-1 Union Redhawks. Welcome in. I'm Rick Corey, along with Coach Tom Stockton, Jeff Johns, our sideline reporter on the field. Richard Johns here with us, and Andy Irwin is always on the stream here on the Union Sports Network. A very impressive win last week for this Union team over Owasso. And Tom, one of the biggest keys to me was coming off the Jinx loss and having a bye week. How do you handle that? How does a team play through that? How do they come back? And they left no question about how they wanted to come back last week.
No, and I think in the week off they adjusted. Obviously they went over things that were not, they weren't doing very well, but they came back and played very, very well. And I think part of it was all those things, but I think the other part was, hey, it is Owasso, and we've got to be ready to go.
And they were, of course, an impressive win last week. What does the head coach think about that? We're going to find that out. Let's get a little bit right now from Kirk Frederick, the head coach. He's on the field with our own Jeff Johns. Jeff?
Well, Coach, obviously a good week last week. We had a good start going into district play. What do you look for in these Yukon Millers and the challenges this week?
Well, I think for us it's, it's a long travel game again. We've had one this year, but just trying to see if we can put a complete game back together. And got a new staff here. We're familiar with a couple of guys. Brent Barnes, the head coach, was on our staff at one time, and Lance Tigner as well. So I've got some relationships, some friendships with those guys, and we understand, the type of program they're going to put together here at Yukon, and they understand us. So I think there's maybe a little bit of challenges with that.
Last week it seemed like all phases of the game really started to come together. One thing that Yukon has done very well so far this year is put points up. How do you stop that kind of an offense?
Quarterback is a dual threat guy, and he's definitely a tough kid that, they're making plays, outside receivers especially, running the football. They're a complete offense, and I think they've had some penalties and shot themselves in the foot a few times, but they're definitely scoring points.
Offensively, anything different that we're looking for this week? Some adjustments that you've made?
just trying to get sharper in what we do in our substitutions and some of the tempo that we run. And we've got a lot of kids that can play. It's just, managing getting them on and off the field at the right times and different packages. So big emphasis on getting the different sets of kids in at the right times and then being able to execute the offense at a high pace.
Coach, I appreciate it. Hopefully a good night tonight, and we'll talk again afterwards.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Now let's get down to the field for our national anthem. The Yukon band with our national anthem here at Miller Field in Yukon, Oklahoma. Rick Corey along with Coach Tom Stockton. And the quarterback Coach Frederick was talking about is number 12, Holden Key. He is 96 for 150 for 1,101 yards, completing 64% of his passes. He's also a running threat, Tom, 203 yards on the ground as well, averaging a little over 5.5 a carry. This team is heavy pass. Now, if you look at stats overall, there are not a lot of guys who have a lot of numbers, but certainly the quarterback Holden Key seems to be the key.
Yeah, that's what I saw from Coach Fred when he was talking about it. That's what he said. And you looked at their scores, and they throw it about 65% of the time, run it about 35% of the time, so they must trust him.
They must. He's also the homecoming queen, by the way,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming the homecoming queen and her family trust him as well. He's out at midfield a little earlier here as they are. This is homecoming here for Yukon. The Red Hawks are now gathered near the split U. They are in the far side of the field in the white Millers part of the end zone there with the red numbers, or red letters, that is, as they prepare to come out. It's a big deal every week, Coach, to see what they're wearing because the team loves their different uniforms here in the black pants with the white shirts, white jerseys, if you will, and the silver helmets. And, you might not think it's a thing. It is. They care about what they wear, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And I bet you they get complaints every week from the ones that wanted to wear something else.
I would imagine that might be the case. Of course, nowadays in college football, high school football, if you don't have 4 or 5 uniforms, you're way behind.
Yes.
The Oregons, the Oklahoma States, and the others of the world who don't do that or do that. All right, for the Red Hawks tonight, we do know there are a couple of injuries, a couple of people who will not be playing here tonight. One of those who's not going to be playing tonight is linebacker Ian Rowe. That'll be somewhat of a loss for Union. And we'll also have a number change here tonight. So don't think that maybe you're just not seeing it right. Jordan Schelling tonight will not be wearing 24. He'll be wearing 49. Now, I did not get a reason for the change. We just had some of the coaching staff come find me back outside and said, hey, by the way, you're just the guy I'm looking for. I want to make sure you understand Jordan Schelling's number 49. So Jordan is going to switch to that 49 number tonight for the Union Redhawks as they try to go to that 4-1 mark. Winning on the road, right about this time of year, it becomes somewhat of a grind when you have to take these trips. These are games, Tom, you know you're going to be favored in. The question is, how do you keep your team focused and up when you know you're going to be a favorite?
Yeah, it's difficult. They come, like you just said, they come off a great win last week. They're getting ready to play someone that, if you look at the record, hasn't been as good as they probably want to be and that. And you've got to inspire them. I don't know whether you talk about there's a couple of things. We got to, even though we won big last week, there's things we can improve on, and that's what you got to do, or find certain little individual things maybe with the offense and the defense that you want to work on this week.
Well, and something that's happened is you've seen this receiving core really come together here. Certainly coming into the year, you knew Gino Boyd was going to be a big part of that. Boston Carrasco, who was a move-in, has done a really nice job. Brendan McQueen has done a nice job. And, there's not been a ton of Lane Wood, but he has played some. And here come the Red Hawks onto the field here in Yukon. The Millers are gathered near the Miller. And, Tom, to this day, I understand what Millers are, But their blow-up looks like a large, angry man in a baseball hat.
Yes.
And I'm supposing that he is a Miller. That's what's painted on the elevators outside here as well. And they are just inside that, prepared to come out here as well for their homecoming game. You'll see them in uniforms that look a lot like Nebraska, except there's a big Y on the side of the helmet. Back to that Union offense. The one thing we wondered coming into the season is without a DJ McKinney, without an A.J. Green, without some of the guys who have been in those running back positions, how would that position evolve? Well, with Jordan Schelling being the move-in, it has evolved. He was very good against Jinx. He was good again against Owasso. He is not generally the 70 to 80-yard guy. However, I think, Tom, he's filled in and done a very nice job. And I wouldn't want to call it a 3 or 4-headed monster, but I think the running attack has been effective enough.
Oh, it's been effective enough. Like you say, you can't say, well, we got 200 this game, 200 that. Doesn't matter. We're winning, and they're getting it done offensively.
And you have to remember, too, when we talk about being balanced, it doesn't mean that you're even numbers. It doesn't mean you're 250 and 250. It just means you're equally effective at both, and they have been able to do that. Now, of course, the one guy that has been just otherworldly is Shaker Rising. He has continued to be such that he doesn't make bad decisions. He throws the ball well. Very seldom are you going to see a bad throw. Very seldom you're going to see a throw that should not have been made. And that is gosh, if you're a head football coach and you know what your quarterback's going to give you every week, how much more comfortable are you going in?
Oh, you can't be more comfortable than that. And I think Shaker's awesome. I think Dub Maddox does a great job with him at coaching the quarterbacks. And now you on top of everything else, the wide receivers and everything else is very, very confident that, hey, if we call a pass, it's going to get there.
Yeah. If Shaker's coming your direction, you better be looking,
yes,
because many times that ball is going to be thrown out of the break. We've got ourselves a nice night here, a little bit warm, just like it was last night for University of Tulsa as they won last night against Temple. And the breeze here is coming from the west, and really this stadium is not exactly east-west, nor is it exactly north-south. It's a little bit catty-cornered here. So you've got a breeze that's kind of coming across the field, so we'll see what happens here when it comes to kickoff. Apparently, they did the coin flip before the game because we never saw anybody go out there, yet the teams are going to go out, and it looks as though Union's are going to return this kick. So Yukon will be going from the right to the left, and they'll be kicking to Union, taking their time getting everybody on the field. We'll watch and see exactly who comes out to do what here. But Union, of course, as they have been, will have Devin Jordan back. He's one of the great returners and also a terrific football player as a defensive player. He already has offers for college, and multiple offers, as a matter of fact, to go play college football. And then Boston Carrasco is the other guy back deep. Here comes Yukon. Kicking off for the Millers will be Yario Diaz. He's also a wide receiver at times for this team, and he'll set it up right at the 40-yard line. The deepest receiver, both Union return men are around the 5. Now Carrasco is going to back up just a little bit. So we're about set to go. Union here. I just look out there and see those red and white, and I think Owasso. Union here at Yukon. Diaz set. And this one's going to go out of bounds, and that will be a penalty. So Union will start on the 35-yard line, and we'll bring out Shaker Rising. He will be your starting quarterback. Lane Wood has played some tight end this year, not a lot. But he will occasionally be out there. Brendan McQueen, Boston Carrasco, Braylon Danzy, they're normally your starters there at the receiver core. Your offensive line, Jesse Jones, Antonio Olea Anderson, Jesus Ramirez, Harlem Henry, and Larry Simmons have been generally your offensive line. That changes through the year as people get dinged up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Hawks at their own 35-yard line. Again, Jordan Schelling will be the single setback, and he is wearing number 49. Yukon will go in their 3 down and 1 standing position, so really a 4-man defensive line, if you will, 2 linebackers. Shaker in the shotgun has now motion from Carrasco. Quick throw to the left side. There's a lot of room for Boston. Upfield, around the 40, makes one guy miss there. Around the 45-yard line, he's going to be pushed out of bounds close to around the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. The tackle in there was made by Carter Creech. That's good for 12 and a first down already. And, Tom, that's not an easy throw when a guy's swinging like that. That's a really nice job by Shaker.
Really good, and there was some good blocking out front of him there with the wideouts.
And, all you want is to get your guy one-on-one and let him make somebody miss, and Boston did. Now the very same kind of thing, except this time they're going to toss it inside. And here comes Gino Boyd outside of the 50. Oh, could not quite make the last one miss. He got to the 45-yard line, though, of Yukon. Tackle in there by Tabor Gammon. And he got himself about 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1, and they're going to test the outside for these Millers right now.
I think it's always good to see what Dub Maddox is going to call early.
Yeah, and you never know. So it'll be 2nd and 1 now around the 44-yard line of Yukon. Handoff inside, Schelling bursts up inside. I mean, he exploded through that line of scrimmage. Down to right about, they're probably going to mark him about the 41. He got 4. Well, actually, they're going to give him more like the 40. So give him a good gain right there toward the 40-yard line. Blaze Harris, one of the guys up off that pile, and it'll be 1st and 10 now at the 40 of the Millers. Brendan McQueen, wide left, out there with him, Gino Boyd. Here comes Carrasco once again in motion. Shaker once again throwing out to Carrasco. Boston splits the 2 blocks. Here he goes. 35 down to around the 32-yard line. Well, 2 really fine blocks out front, and he split those 2 very quickly and jumped upfield for 9 more. That was Keller Troxwell on the tackle, but it'll be 2nd and 1 again for Union, and the Red Hawks are rolling here. And this defense of Yukon, they've given up points. Now they are giving up an average of 49 a game. So they are used to giving up a few. Now, offensively, they can be a little dangerous. Defensively, they've had their problems. 2nd and 1 for the Red Hawks. Once again, here comes motion, and again, a little toss inside. Little inside receiver sweep, 30-yard line, 25 turns, 20, 15, 10, 5, back to the inside and into the end zone. That is Gam Jones for the touchdown. That is good for 31 yards, and it's 6-0 Red Hawks. And Tom, they really literally called, other than the Schelling play, the very same plays to 2 different sides, and they marched the length of the field, 65 yards for the touchdown.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. You know, Dub Maddox does a great job, and they probably found something that is a weakness or other teams have exposed, and they're going to do it themselves.
And Gam Jones made that look pretty easy once he turned the corner. He actually had one guy nip at his heels, but he was able to make him miss. The lineup for the extra point, that one wasn't hit maybe the best, but it gets through there, and that's really all that matters. So Union now with the lead by a score of 8-7, Miles Davis with the extra point. Or pardon me, 7-0 with Miles Davis with the extra point. So the Red Hawks up 7-0 here at the Yukon Millers. We'll be back just in a moment here on the Union Sports Network. Here at Miller Field, at at Yukon High School, I'll figure it out sooner or later. The idiot here, I'm Rick Corey. Right over there to my right, there's the smarter guy. That is Tom Stockton. Jeff Johns on the field. By the way, the extra point was no good. It looked good to me, and I just did not wait in time for the official's call. Never saw one, but it wasn't good, so it's going to remain 6-0. The drive goes 65 yards. It didn't take Union long, only 5 plays. Took 1 minute and 39 seconds. Cam Jones with that 31-yard run, so we are at 6-0. So a good start for the Red Hawks, Tom, and exactly what you want to do when you're on the road.
Oh, exactly. And it's, coming off last week, you hope they didn't come out here with some type of, these guys are going to be easy. We're going to do. No, they're very intense on what they're doing right now, and that's awesome.
So Jacoby Johnson looks like he will be the guy who kicks this thing off from the 40-yard line. Yukon has one return man standing just inside the 4-yard line. There's the kick, and it's going to be down to around the 7-yard line, taken there, straight upfield to the 10, to the 15, bounces to the outside, to the 20, and just across the 20-yard line. That was Julian Lasky with that return. Or pardon me, that was not Julian Lasky. That was Kawika Burnett with the return. He got it around, we're going to call it 16 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Millers, their first possession at their own 22-yard line. Their quarterback bringing them out, Holden Key. He is the pretty good-sized kid, too, Tom. He's 6'1", 200, and he needs to be because he does run it a good bit, and they're going to need him to do that tonight. Logan Day will be the setback behind him. Key will have 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and it'll be the first offensive play here for Yukon, trailing 6-0. Key is going to hand off straight up the middle, and getting to around the 24-yard line was Day. They're going to mark him, I think, more like they'll mark him at the 24. That's going to be the final tackle in there. That was Lane Wood on that tackle. That's going to be a gain. If we're going to call it 3, we'll make it 2nd and 7.
And you said something about their offensive line. They're pretty good size in there.
And you're not seeing a lot of big fat bellies either. Those are some pretty trim guys. 2nd and 7, now from the 24-yard line. Key going to fire it to the right side, and that ball is complete right at the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. That was Kennison Rogers who made the quick play. He was taken down immediately by Isaiah Forbes, but that got him about another 5. We're going to call it 3rd down at about 3 now. They're going to set the ball just inside the 29-yard line. They're going to need the 32, so we'll call it a long 3 here for the Millers, trailing 6-0. Key once again in the shotgun. Day is going to be directly behind him, but my guess is he'll shift, and there he does to the right. Key straight back to throw. Here comes pressure. He's going to have to hurry. Fires over the middle, and that was incomplete. Damian Marshall, or pardon me, that was not Damian Marshall. It was Baylor Weaver who had that thing in his hands, but I think he was turning to look because he was being closed on quickly by Damar Neely, and he wanted none of it. So that ball hit the ground, and it's going to be 4th down and just over 3 yards to go. And the Miller will punt this thing away. Now, they list several people as their punter, so let's just see who they run out there. Looks like that's going to be Diaz who's going to punt this thing away. Difficult to get the number at this point. They're turned sideways, but here they go, running and shifting formations. Very high kick. Diaz did get a hold of it. He lets it go. Gino Boyd's going to have to chase it. Boy, that's a good roll. Boyd drops it once. He's going to have to pick it up. Gino just now gets it, and he's going to have to hurry. Back at his 5, and he gets corralled, but he gets out of it. Yep, he is out of it. Down around the 7 to the 10-yard line. He's going to go out of bounds around the 11. Gino dangerously could not quite get a handle on that. When he finally got the handle on it, Tom, and he showed that he has some wheels as he was able to get upfield at least a little ways. He was taken down on that play by Jacob Gilbew. So it's not going to be a return of much. As a matter of fact, Union will be stuck way back around their 10-yard line. And, quite honestly, at 60 yards on the punt overall, Tom, if you're out 6-0 and you feel like you had a pretty good first drive, having 90 yards to go, you got a chance to maybe kind of work on some things, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. And I'm sure Coach Maddox and the offensive staff have, plays and things set up for this type of thing.
3 receivers. There'll be 1 tight end left side. Once again in the shotgun is Shaker Rising. He's going to hand off to Schelling left side, and he's going to bounce across the 10 to about the 14-yard line. That was a good initial surge inside by Yukon. It was Destry Lujan who made that first hit. He was brought down eventually by one of the linebackers in there, and I believe that might have been Garcia, but that's going to be a gain of about 3. We'll call it 2nd and 7.
It'll be interesting here. I think this will be a pass play, and I wouldn't doubt if it wasn't somewhere, beyond the 6 or 7 yard that would get for first.
Schelling in motion. They'll throw to him quickly on the right side. Got a hold. Got across the 20, 25-yard line. Schelling across the 30 to around the 32-yard line, and that was a very quick flip throw out there once again by Shaker. And that is a difficult, as we've said, throw to make. That is an 18-yard gain. Carter Creech, who is one of their better defensive players, on the tackle there, but not before first down for Union, now at their own 31-yard line. 6-0, Redhawks, 8 minutes to go here in this first period. Once again, no tight end for White. Well, actually, the tight end's in motion. He's now coming back to be a slot. High snap, but they get it down. He's going to throw it to the left side, and that's complete to Miles. He's around the 35-yard line. That's going to be taken down there. It looked like when he first caught that, he might have an opportunity to go just a little further, but that's a good recovery out there by Taylor Gammon. And so that's going to bring down Miles Davis, and that's going to be about a 5.5-yard gain. We'll call it 2nd down and 4.5 or a short 5.
Wouldn't surprise me if they didn't try a little deep pass, or at least more than just the 5 or 6, 7 yards they've been throwing it.
Fake to the left. They're going to throw it again to Miles. He's got the first down across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Little fake to the inside, not a lot, just a little bit, just to try to get them off their game. Taylor Gambon again once on again the tackle. But again, that's another gain of around 8 yards, and it's a first down for Union. They started at their own 9. They're now at their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Yukon doesn't have much of an answer right now for those short corner quick plays.
No, they don't. And And they're going to keep going with it, I'm sure, until they do come up with some type of an answer.
Riser in the shotgun. He's going to throw again. Shaker throws it out to Carrasco. He's got room. Boston 50, 45. Shouldered out of bounds just past the 40. We're going to call it about the 41-yard line. That was a nice hit by Lucas Reyes, but there is a flag down, and it's thrown about where you might find holding. 14 yards, depending on whether or not this one comes back. The spot of the foul is right about where that flag is laying. The official was just pointing. Union's walking backwards, so my guess is we're going to get a hold on this one, Tom.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And that is what the call will be. So if it's from the spot, they'll mark it off there, and that's going to take the ball back to around Union's 43-yard line, and that's where they'll put it down. So the first mistake by the Red Hawks in the first half of this quarter is that one penalty. Otherwise, it's been pretty smooth sailing, leading 6-0. And you can already see the Miller defense kind of hands on hips in some places as they have been chasing Union all over the field. McQueen goes wide left with him, Gino Boyd. Carrasco wide right. Once again, Schelling in the shotgun. Right next to Shaker Rising. Shaker throws it again to Boston Carrasco. Again got blocks across the 50. He's got the first down. Boston's going to motor it around the 41, maybe the 40. They're going to give him the 40-yard line of Yukon. Pushed out of bounds over there once again by Carter Creech, but that's 18 and another first down, and really literally just Tom running the same plays over and over.
And it's throwing it in the backfield or throwing it 5 or 6 yards downfield and making something big out of it there.
Shaker's 9 of 9 for 117 yards, and we still have 6 minutes to go in the first period. Boy, we are watching history here. Rising again in the shotgun. He's going to fake one, fake another. He's looking to go deep. Now he's going to have to roll. There's a flag down. He gets the ball out to Miles, and he's going to get down around the 25 to around the 22-yard line. But that won't matter. That's going to come back. Miles Davis got himself a really nice gain of nearly 20. But there's going to be a hold in the backfield on that one, I promise you. Flag sitting around the 48-yard line, so they'll mark it backwards from there. So once again, you're going to see Union go right back into their territory and right back about the same spot around the 42 or so yard line. I know, if you want something to chew on, I'm sure that's what Kirk will chew on right about now. And there's the signal. Well, actually, they called the actual, so it wasn't the spot where the flag hit. Must have been closer to the 40, so they only back it up to midfield. So you're looking at a first down and 20 right now for the Red Hawks. Rising. Going to hand that ball off to Schelling left side. There's not going to be a lot of room. He's across midfield down around the 45. Could not quite get the block out front they wanted. Cam Washington in there on that tackle. And that's going to be good for, we're going to call it 6. Yeah, they're going to give him 6. That's a good spot for 6. So it's a nice first down game, 6. And we'll call it 2nd and 14, Coach.
Yeah, and their offensive line's doing a great job of blocking those guys. They haven't had any pressure hardly on the quarterback, and then when they run the ball, there's a hole there to run through.
Schelling now goes in motion. Quick throw out to the right to Schelling. He goes upfield. Got room at the 40. Can he get past that? He does at the 35, and he gets forward down to around the 34-yard line. Schelling spun out of one tackle and then just ran through another and got all the way down to Carter, where Carter Creech knocked him down. It's going to be a 6-yard gain, and we're going to call it 3rd and 4. They ended up they had 1st and 20. Now Union with 3rd and 4 at their 34-yard line of Yukon. 6-0. Red Hawks lead. Just over 5 minutes to go in this first period. Short slot right side. They're going to fake to Schelling and throw right side to Lane Wood, and he is stacked up immediately. He got nothing, and that was sniffed out very quickly. That's a good job of defense right there by the folks from Yukon, and that was Jaden Porter, who was all over that. That's a loss of a yard. It's going to be 4th and 5, and I don't think there's any question to Tom Stockton. They're going to go for it.
Oh, yes. I never had a doubt that they wouldn't go for it.
Lane Wood will be in that slot to the left in the tight end position. Cam Jones, who's already scored, is over there as well. Rising in the shotgun. Shaker claps. There's the snap. Another quick throw to Schelling. He's got room. Jordan 35 at the 30. Cuts back inside. There's another flag. Schelling's down to around the 22-yard line. And there's probably another hold or block in the back over there. It was Lucas Reyes who made the final tackle. That was good for a first down, but I think once again the Red Hawks will fire one bullet into their own foot and come backwards.
One of the consistencies has been swing pass, what I don't know what it's called anymore, but it's just they're getting out there nice and short and letting the receivers block downfield for them.
It's going to be a block in the back, and they will move this one backwards once again. This time to the 45-yard line. Well, at least every penalty has not been quite as deep. You keep making penetration. And, all right, so, you got yourself a 4th down and 15 now, but at least you're in Yukon territory around the 45. Union needs to crease the 30 for the first down. Rising alone in the shotgun. Here comes a blitz, and he's going to have to hurry. Shaker moves, shakes, fires. Ball caught. That is McQueen, and he has the first down. Look at that. Brendan McQueen makes the catch right around the 26-yard line. He pushes forward as soon as he caught the ball. That is a gain of 19 and a first down. The final tackle in there by Ethan Burton, but not before a first down, and that was a fabulous job of sliding to keep a play alive, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't his first. I think it wasn't his first thinking that's where we wanted to throw it, but he kept sliding and got a little time and found the guy right open.
I don't think that was his first or second, and maybe not even his third read.
Yeah, it might have been his fourth read, yeah.
1st and 10, now at the 27-yard line of the Millers. Gino Boyd comes into the backfield. High snap. Shaker rolls to his left, and he tosses it. Oh, that one is off Gino's hands. It was slightly behind him, and Gino had to kind of twist around to try to get to it. There was decent coverage by Destry Lujan. That is the first incompletion for Shaker Rising. He is now 13 of 14 rather than 13 of 13. And that was just a bit of a miscommunication. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I think it's safe to say it's 3 downs to get there. They won't settle for a field goal.
I do not think they will try either.
No.
I do not. Going wide left for Union is Dylan Baldridge. Hand off to the inside, a little hole around the 25, down to around the 22-yard line. That's a nice little inside run right there, and that was number 21, Isaac Covington. Now, if Isaac gets the ball and gets a little space, look out. Because he can run with the horses, my friends. He can fly. That's good in a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 22-yard line. We're running out of time in this first period, 3 minutes to go. Union up 6-0, and they've held this football a long time. 3rd down and 5, pardon me. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
3 receivers go wide right, or left, pardon me. Well, I'll figure it out sooner or later, huh? Schelling in the backfield. Shaker straight back, has time, fires downfield, wide open and caught for a touchdown. And that is who we just mentioned. That is number 19. That is Dylan Baldridge. Congratulations on that touchdown, young man. That's a touchdown of 35 yards, and Union now up 12-0.
I'm a little surprised they're not going for 2, but it's still early in the ball game.
Well, you also need to work your kicking game, so I certainly understand that. Yeah. So they'll set up to try this again. Low snap, but he got the ball down. It's up, and this time it's good. So they knock it through this time, and this time kicking it Jake Scarborough, and that's going to make it 13-0. So we have 2.5 minutes, a little over that, 2:46 to go here in this first period, and the Redhawks now up 13-0 on the Union Sports Network. We're in Yukon, Oklahoma, here on the Union Sports Network. I'm Rick Corey, along with Coach Tom Stockton. Jeff Johns on the field. He'll have a report for us in a moment about that Yukon defense. Another touchdown for the Red Hawks after a long drive. They now lead 13-0 here at Yukon, and they kept that football a long time, Coach. And we aren't even to the second quarter here. Yukon's only had the one possession.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons they kept it a long time is they had a couple of penalties
and
had to come back in there and get the yardage back.
You did. As a matter of fact, and what was the yardage on that drive, Richard? Richard's he's catching up, but I think they probably actually marched it about twice what it said. Kickoff goes down to the 3-yard line. Miller's on the return, 15-yard line, a little room near the 20 and down around the 19-yard line. They're going to mark him, I think, right at the 20, and that is a good mark, not a bad return right there. And on that return, once again for Yukon, that guy, and these guys it's Kawika Burnett, and he's pretty dangerous. He does a lot of things for the Millers. They'll mark him right there at the 20-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 right there. Let's get down to the field and see what Jeff Johns has to say about this Yukon defense, Jeff.
Coaches during the last series, and they said that Yukon is guarding them in man coverage. So the Union coaches feel like that gives them the best opportunity possible for some very, very good matchups.
All right, so if they stay in that, we'll see how that one goes. 1st and 10 for the Millers at their own 20-yard line. Holden Key going to keep the ball himself, and he is bounded. Oh, Key rode in the belly for a long time of his running back, Logan Day. He finally pulled it, and when he did, there were a bunch of Red Hawks right there waiting for him. Lucian Krause was one of those. Also in there was Trey Barnes, who's been very good in this early and middle season, Coach, and that's going to be a gain of nothing. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And by the way, that drive ended up being 65 yards on 4 plays. Took 6 minutes, but I think they actually probably traveled more like 120.
Yeah, with all the penalties, yes.
2nd and 10 for the Millers, again at their own 20. Holden Key is going to hold him up, looks to the sideline, try to get a different call. Logan Day will be right behind him, now shifts. Straight back is Key. He's going to have to roll to his left and hurry. He's being chased. Key's going to run it himself, and he got clocked at the 22-yard line. Isaac Covington came across like a missile. Now, Holden Key, give him credit, Coach. He bounced right back up,
yes.
But that was a shot. Gain of 2, and that's a tough 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. That was a violent collision.
No. I'm surprised he got up that quick.
You know what? You want to. I mean, you want to grab, you want to jump right back up. You want to prove that, hey, we're fine and everything's good. So it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Millers, trailing 13-0 as we run out of time in this first period. Key straight back again. Here comes pressure. Fires middle of the field. Got a man open, and that is caught at the 45-yard line, upwards of the 47. There was a bust in there somewhere. That one comes down to Kinnison Rogers. By far the longest and most yardage for Yukon, 29 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 now at the 49-yard line of the Millers. And there was a bust there. I'm sure somebody will be talked to.
Yeah, you're too wide open if there wasn't a bust.
Nice job by Key delivering that ball. He is once again in the shotgun. He's going to hand it straight up the middle to Logan Day, and he didn't get much of anything. As a matter of fact, they're going to call that a no gain, and he is driven backwards. They will give him the no gain, but he got really literally nothing. That was Lane Wood, who's really come into his own at that linebacker position. And he had help back there by Isaiah Forbes as well. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And it'll be interesting. What is, they're going to try to go throw it again down the middle, or are they going to maybe kind of run off some clock?
I would not count on that bust to happen again, but we'll see. 2nd and 10 for the Millers. Key again in the shotgun with Day behind him. Fakes to Day. Now he throws it out to the right, out across the 50-yard line, down to around the 46-yard line. And that, once again, was Kawika Burnett. So Burnett in that running back spot. That's going to be a pretty good gain. They're going to give him 5 to the 46. So we're going to say it's 3rd down and 5 now for the Millers as we near running out of time in this first period. That's a nice little play. You fake to the inside and then to immediately toss that thing to the outside. And that gets you at least a makeable 3rd down here. Key once again in the shotgun. Shifting to the left. Now he's going to have to hurry. Here comes pressure. He's going to get away, and he has a little bit of room, but he will not get the 1st down. He is folded up at the 45-yard line. Covington, one of those guys there. It looked early like he might have room, but Covington closed that very quickly. So did Lane Wood, and it's going to be 4th down and about 4, and that's going to end the first period. So the Millers have a decision to make, and Union will see what that one is. At the end of 1, Union 13, Yukon nothing. This is Union football on the Union Sports Network.
Driving Academy. We're raising the bar for driving schools everywhere. Whether it's
Back here at Yukon, Oklahoma at Miller Field, Rick Corey along with Tom Stockton, Jeff Johns on the field, Richard Johns here on stats. Into this first quarter, 13-0 Union. And Coach, at the end of the first, Shaker Isaac is 14 of 15 for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he's already completed passes to 8 different receivers. Now tell me, as a defensive coordinator, this really is pick your poison, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You just don't know who to cover at any given time.
Oh, no.
Carrasco has 4 catches, a couple of 3 catches actually for Schelling. All right, so here we go on this 4th down and 4. UConn's going to go for it. Back is D. Here comes the throw. Back to the inside. That ball is incomplete. Bounced down to the ground, and it was not a bad throw or a bad effort. Kennison Rogers made a nice effort at it, but the ball was knocked away, and UConn will give it to Union right there. So as we begin the second quarter, the Redhawks are going to have very good field position, and I don't know much about UConn's punt game. They don't have great numbers, but I'm really surprised there that they're willing to give Union that kind of field position early.
Yeah, when they come out of the timeout and went out there and got into the lineup, got into the huddle and, came out with a formation, I was a little surprised, too, because I thought they might try to punt it. And
I thought they might try to draw them off sides as well.
Yes.
Jeff Johns on the sideline said the same thing. Coaches were yelling, do not move. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Redhawks at their own 45, already up 13-0. Hand off to Schelling. He bursts up inside, breaks a couple of tackles. Schelling still rolling. Whoa. All the way down inside the 45-yard line. He crossed that Miller's logo at midfield like a rocket. Got him down to around the 43, and that's going to be good for about 12 and a first down. So almost everything right now is working for this Red Hawk offense.
Yeah, and Schelling going up the middle, there isn't a whole lot of place to hit him. He's 5'9", 200, and there isn't a whole lot of place to hit him.
And when he runs behind his pads and low, that's what Tom is saying.
Yes.
4 down there on this first down play. They'll fake to Schelling, throw middle of the field, caught by Miles Davis at the 30, runs over one at the 25 and goes forward to the 22-yard line. And I thought Miles might have a chance to break that tackle, but that really was a really nice effort in there by, I think that was Carter Creech. Another 20 yards for Union and another first down. And had Creech not hit him thigh high, that's going to be 6. But it will be first down now at the 23-yard line of the Millers. 13-0 Union already looking to add to that lead. Short slot left side is Davis. There's the hand inside once again to Schelling. Bounces to the outside. He's to the 15, down to the 10. Oh, he almost bounced off that last tackle. Again, it was Creech who hit him down around the, we're going to call it the 8-yard line. And it looked to me like Jordan might be able to bunch out of that one as well. 16 yards on that carry, and we're looking at 1st and goal, and the Red Hawks are tearing off yardage in huge chunks.
Yeah, and if I'm Dub Maddox, I run whatever you want, pass whatever you want. They're all working.
At this point, yeah, you got to be like looking into a grab bag of good candy. Motion from Carrasco. A flag flies as they hand off to Schelling, and he's going to dance in the end zone, but that will come back, as the flag in the backfield is going to likely be a procedure penalty against the Redhawks. Wide open on the left side, and a really nice job blocking by that Union offensive line, but I'm afraid it's going to be all nil. As a matter of fact, when it comes to penalties, we are looking at that should be the at least 4th on Union, and this one's going to be a little costly as it'll take 6 off the board. So they'll move it back to around the 13-yard line, and Union will have a go at it again, and that I'm sure will be a talking point at the half. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 13 now for Union of Yukon. Redhawks up 13-0. Fake one side. They're going to throw inside to McQueen. Makes one man miss at the 10. Now at the 5, and he's inside that to around the 3. Really thought he might get the goal line, but that's an excellent job by Destry Lugin to just drag him down just short. Very good job by Brendan to make that first move. That's a 12-yard gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1, and Union is going to quickly go to the line of scrimmage. Rising again in the shotgun. Schelling to his right. Motion by Carrasco. There's the handoff, and Schelling, almost untouched, dances into the end zone, and that lead now is going to be 19-0. And Tom, gosh, you kind of dream about these kinds of days.
Yeah, they're just, and right now, everything we're calling is working. Run up the middle, quick passes, throw it over the middle. Everything seems to be working right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's as though you reach into your purse, and every time you do, you grab a gold bar. Right now, everything going well for the Union Redhawks. Now, I think this time they will go for 2. Yep, they do have that offense out there. They're up 19-0. They did miss an extra point early. Remember, district points are on the line here, too, so you try to win by a certain amount, and I'm sure Kirk Frederick has that partially in mind. Quick snap to Reisig. Shaker's going to fire it left side, and that ball is caught. Are they going to say it's caught? Yes, it was. Brendan McQueen was falling down as he caught that, and I didn't know whether or not they were going to say he caught it or the ball was trapped.
Yeah.
He waited for a second. The two officials looked at each other, and they finally call it good. So it is now 21-0 Union. Back with a kickoff in a moment. We are at Miller Field in Yukon. 21-0 Union here on the Union Sports Network. Very quick break in between right there, and it'll be time for us to kick off again. 10 minutes to go in this second period, nearing halftime here in Yukon. Union up 21-0 already over the Millers. Rick Corey along with Tom Stockton. Down in the field is Jeff Johns. Jeff's going to have a report here in a moment about the Union defense and kind of what they're hearing. Right now, they've been hearing nothing but their offense score. The latest drive, 5 plays, 55 yards, took 1 minute and 46. The drives today have been 65, 65, and 55. The longest taking 6 minutes, the other two making 1 minute 39 and 1 minute 46. Shaker Rising is 16 of 17, and Union at this point 245 total yards of offense already. Kickoff coming, and this one's going to be high and just a little bit short. Nope, actually that one bounces on into the end zone, and Yukon's going to let it bounce right there, and that ball will then come out. All right, let's get down to Jeff Johns and find out the latest he has on the Union defense. Jeff?
Well, defensively for the Redhawks, there's a lot to like right now. The defensive coaches say they like the pressure that they're getting, but they want their players to commit. Come all the way in, don't stutter, and hit the quarterback.
And you know, nowadays, the way quarterbacks are protected, Tom, I can kind of understand how you want to be really careful of what you do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yukon Millers. Their quarterback, once again, is Holden Key. He'll be at his own 20-yard line. Union sneaking up as though they'll blitz, and here they come from the outside. Key's going to have to hurry, and he got whacked as he threw the ball. It's away, and a man was open. That was Kennison Rogers, who was running open. Fortunately, the pressure got there, and that ball was overthrown. Coverage was behind it, as a matter of fact, quite a ways behind it. It was Cyrus Burris who was back there. That's fortunate for the Redhawks. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he was wide open. You're absolutely right.
And the good pressure, and that's a nice call defensively to try to bring up that pressure. And, you know, if you're getting close, just hit him once.
Yes.
Get it in his mind, and you kind of go from there. And he got popped pretty good right there. Of course, he'd already gotten hit pretty good once already. 2nd and 10. They're going to fake the handoff. Once again, they're going to throw it. That ball down the middle of the field, and it is caught at the 43-yard line. That's a really nice throw in there by Holden Key, and he just dropped that in once again to Kennison Rogers. He was taken down pretty quickly. He was taken down by Burris. That's a 23-yard gain, though, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Millers at their own 43-yard line.
You're right. That ball was thrown perfectly. The only place it could be thrown, and he got it in there.
Well, Key is their biggest weapon. There's no doubt. As I said, he came into this with over 1,100 yards passing and a 64% completion rate. Once again, in the shotgun is Key. That's a bad snap. He's going to have to take off on his own, and he's going to get run down about a 1-yard gain. Give Key credit. He bounced that thing up in the air to himself and then was able to get out there and get after it to bring it down. J.T. Frederick was out there on the tackle, but that's going to be a gain of about 1. We'll say it's going to be 2nd and 9. Good job by J.T.
I think there's a little bit of concern here if I'm Yukon. You want to go down and score, but you also don't want to throw it every play.
And stop the clock.
And stop the clock and give Union 101 chances.
Key back and throw again, middle of field. Again, it's wide open, and again, it's complete. This time, it is Baylor Weaver who makes the catch. He was brought down immediately. Lane Wood, one of the guys back there to help bring him down. Also back there was Ashton Fowler, but that's good for 32 yards. And again, right now, Holden Key is just picking on the middle of that Union defense.
There has to be some coverage busts when they're that wide open.
But that was a good ball too.
Oh, yeah, it was right on it.
There were guys within a couple of steps, but he was still way too open for the middle of the field.
Exactly.
Might be a little miscommunication. Union's playing a two deep safety, so really all he's doing is he's just finding the gap and staying in there. Once again, Key is back, and once again there's pressure. Key fires to his right, and again that ball's caught. This time around the 12-yard line, and they've got this passing game working in here. That was against Baylor Weaver. Again, Frederick was there on the tackle, but that's 13 more yards, and the Millers trailing 21-0 are seriously now threatening at the 11-yard line of the Redhawks.
And that was pretty much about as well thrown as he could do it. If not, J.T. Frederick would have had it for an interception.
Yeah, he put some touch on that one, but again, Holden Key is the best player on this football team, and he's showing it right now. Logan Day is his single setback. He shifts left. He's going to fake. Key goes to his left and throws, and that ball is dropped. Once again, Kawika Burnett as he was trying to get it to, and it was just a little out front, and Burnett could not hold it, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. I don't think he would have gotten very much there. Frederick, once again, was one of the guys who was right there. He had help on the outside as well. Got help from Ashton Fowler, so I don't think it would have gone very far, but that's an incompletion.
It'll be interesting if they are going to throw it, what are they going to do with it down here this close to the end zone, because they've been throwing it 25, 30 yards deep.
Yep, and right now that'll get you to back by the equipment building.
Yes.
Can't do that. Key back quickly. Here comes pressure. Key rolling to his left, and he's going to have to hurry. Going to have to square himself, and he can't. And he's going to be dragged down around the 21-yard line. That is Lane Wood who dragged him out. I think they'll mark him at the 20. Both of them went down a little awkwardly. They're going to get up all right. That's a -8 there for the Redhawks. And a nice job in there by Lane Wood, who, it took Lane a little bit to get really comfortable with that linebacker position, but you can certainly feel it now, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. He is such a good player.
And, of course, he's already caught a ball tonight as well. He is a good two-way player.
Yes.
You don't want to wear him out, but you can use him both ways. So it's going to be 3rd down. Now 3rd down and right at, we're going to call it 19 to go for Yukon. They need the 1 for a 1st down. Key straight back, again with pressure, and Key's going to have to hurry. He throws middle of the field again, and it is caught for a touchdown. Lucas Jones on the catch, and give Holden Key the award right there. That was a little bit of escapism and another wonderful read and throw, and it's 21-6 and an effective offensive drive for the Millers.
A little bit short, and that would have been intercepted, and a little bit long, obviously incomplete. That was a perfect pass.
It was as good as you can get. Now the extra point upcoming. They will run out Yario Diaz for this extra point. There's the snap, there's the hold, the ball is up, and the official says it's good. So 7:06 to go here in this first half. It's now 21-7 Union over Yukon. Now remember those district points. Right now a 14-point lead. You need more than that. We'll see if the Redhawks can add to it, and we come back right here on the Union Sports Network. Give Yukon some credit right there. That was a guts drive by the Millers. They go 80 yards in 8 plays. Took them 2 minutes and 57 seconds. The 20-yard pass from Key, and that is the touchdown to Lucas Jones. The extra point good, and it's 21-7 here at Yukon. Rick Corey along with Coach Tom Stockton, Jeff Johns on the field, Richard Johns here, of course Andy Irwin and the U crew here, as well as we here with you on the Union Sports Network. Thank you for joining us, and I promise at some point during this game I'll be able to speak. Until then, just hang with me, Coach.
Okay, I'm hanging in there.
I appreciate that. I need the patience. So Union will return this kickoff. Jogging back leisurely to do that. Same pair we had a little bit earlier back there. We're going to find with Devin Jordan, who is obviously I'd love to see him get his hands on one and get after it, and Boston Carrasco. Jordan is on the far side, Carrasco the near side. Diaz set to kick this thing off. Got to about the 7-yard line last time when his first kickoff to start the game. Let's see where he gets this one. The officials are ready. And here he comes. Bit of a pooch, kind of almost an onside kick. Really nice job by Union to recover that at around the 45-yard line. I think he really intended that to go a little deeper. It did not. And the same guy who caught a touchdown pass earlier, Dylan Baldridge, jumps on that one and gives Union fantastic field position at their own 45-yard line. So, Tom, I think really literally he was just trying to get that probably down around the 30 with that pooch. I don't think that was anything near an onside kick, but a really nice job by Baldridge to jump on it.
Yeah, I think he may have been trying to kick it and make it bounce pretty high and bounce a couple of times, but it didn't happen that way.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Union at their own 45-yard line, up 21-7, about halfway through this second period. Miles Davis in motion. Hand to the inside, straight upfield is Schelling across midfield, down to around the 45-yard line before he was even touched. He was finally, the hit was in there, came from number 16, that is Jaden Porter, but that's good for 11 yards and another first down and quickly to the line of scrimmage. Davis will come left side, 3 receivers right. Reisig now will send Schelling in motion. He's going to fake to him, and he wants to throw deep, and here he goes. This ball sails, and it is caught at the 12-yard line into the end zone with nobody anywhere near him is Gino Boyd. The only person near him was Brendan McQueen. They were running similar routes. I'm not sure if that part was a bust or not. But everyone's walking backwards. I don't see a flag. Do you, Tom?
No.
There it is. There it is. It's a 35-yard line. But they're going to wave that flag off.
Yeah.
So that had to be a bust as well because those two were in a zip code by themselves. Imagine if you went from here to Stroud. That's about where they were. There was nobody else close. And that makes it 27-7. And Shaker with a little bit of a fake inside. And, you know, that's part of it, though. He's such a good ball handler. Your safeties will bite on that run game. And then at least leaving those receivers wide open.
2 of them.
On for the extra point is Scarborough. Up. And they say it's good. So with 6:39 to go in this first half, it is 28-7 Union. We'll just keep it right here for right now on the Union Sports Network. That is it's a really good answer drive after Yukon. Now, I'm sure we'll get a report from Jeff pretty soon on the sidelines to find out what that defense saw. And Tom, really literally, Union's been in a 2-deep zone, so really all they were doing is trying to find that seam in the middle, and they were successful at doing it. Now the question is, how do you stop that? You tighten up a little bit maybe with your safety play, but you do have to be careful on anything like play actions or things like that, and you don't want to get weak in the run game too.
No, and I think it's pretty critical. I mean, you think 28-7, it's maybe not all that critical, but if they get the ball and go down and score, and then they get the ball in the second half again, they could turn this game a lot closer than it is.
Shaker Reisig is 17 of 18 for 242 yards, 3 touchdowns. His completion percentage, 94%. His quarterback rating, 262.4. Union has 300 yards of total offense, and we have 6.5 to go in the second period. There's not much you can say except wow about that. Jacoby Johnson is going to kick this ball off. Once again, back deep for the Millers will be Kawika Burnett. And he's going to be standing right around the 5-yard line. There's the approach. There's the kick. This one's going to be high and right about the goal line. It's going to bounce actually into the goal line, and that's a touchback. And that, Coach, is a fantastic weapon to have.
Yes, it is.
The Union drive, 2 plays, 55 yards in all of 25 seconds. The 44-yard pass goes from Reisig to Gino Boyd. And Gino, who just last week, early in the season, a lot was expected. He was dinged up a little bit, and he fell out of the all-world rankings, if you will, from the newspaper. He is back in the Tulsa World's all-world rankings, and I certainly think he belongs there. And he showed right there that, all you do is have to run a good route, and Shaker will find you.
Oh, absolutely.
28-7, Union. Yukon with the football again. Holden Key, their quarterback, was very good last drive. Key's going to fake to the middle. He's going to have to roll and hurry. They're going to fire it out to the right side. That ball is caught around the 35-yard line, but it won't matter. There's a flag back behind him. But again, wide open. Well, I say wide open. Kennison Rogers was open. The coverage was out there, wasn't bad, Ashton Fowler, but he was a couple of steps behind. And Key has shown you, if you give him a little bit of an opening, he's going to get that ball in there. They're going to call a hold, and this will bring this one back because Union was pressuring, so somebody had to grab Jersey there.
And obviously that may be why he had so much time to throw it.
Well, he didn't have a lot of time. He had to get out of there. I think basically somebody grabbed somebody else just to save their quarterback.
Yeah.
It's a nice setup here. This press box a lot like the others they built here in Oklahoma City. And look at the athletic building to our right, the Yukon Athletic Building. That's a really nice facility they have here.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
If you come this way, Mustang is about the same far out to the west, and a very similar facility there too, although Mustang's press box is a little older. So it'll be first down and just over 20. Once again, a throw to the middle of the field, and once again, it is complete. Once again, Key is right on the number. This time, this one goes to Austin Turr, and he's going to get, we're going to call it maybe about 8 on that. Kirk Frederick is down discussing something with one of the line judges. Not very happy about it. They'll mark it, and they're going to mark him at the 17, so we're going to call this a second down and 13 for the Millers. Key in the shotgun. Motion behind him. Now he's going to stop and get a play call. Play clock at 12, so he's got time. Another shift. Key with the ball. Here comes pressure from the outside. He's going to run it up the middle. He's got room. Now he fires it, and that is incomplete. Wide open was Baylor Weaver. Someone had made it when Key took a step forward. Corners both bit and came up. Now, there was coverage back there by Devin Jordan, but he was well off the play. And had that been a little bit closer to on target, Baylor Weaver would have had that and maybe possibly had a first down. Instead, it falls incomplete, and we have 3rd and 13.
And I think this is big. You think big, it's 28-7, but it's big because if they don't get a first down and hand it back, Union again, it could end up being 35-7 at half.
So it'll be 3rd and 13, an important one here for Yukon. Union looks to give pressure, and sneaking up to the outside was Isaiah Forbes, and he made one of the Yukon guys just a little nervous, and he jumped off sides. Or are they going to mark Union? I think they're actually going to call Union for offside.
Yes.
Penalty B from the previous spot.
Forbes must have stepped in the neutral zone. It looked to me like he made one of the tackles shift, but not before he stepped into the neutral zone. So that'll make this a more manageable 3rd down. They'll move it to the 22. And it's going to be 3rd down and just about 8.5 to go. They need just between the 30 and 31-yard line. As Coach said, it's 28-7 here, about a 5:40 to go in this first half. Key with the snap. Here comes pressure. And he is down. The first pressure came on the blitz on the outside. He stepped forward to get away from that, which was a very smart thing to do. But as soon as he stepped forward, there were several other Red Hawks there, including Lucian Krause. So he'll go down back around the 15-yard line, and it's going to be 4th and 15, and this time the Millers will punt.
And Union's going to get the ball back with about 5 minutes left in the half, and at about, unless something strange happens, at about midfield or less.
Diaz back to punt, standing his own 4. Gino Boyd standing inside the 50. There's the snap. The kick is high and very short. Union's going to have to clear away from it. It's going to hit and bounce backwards. Took a Union bounce and is down right about the 37-yard line. So with 4:52 to go in this first half, that kick only 27 yards, and Union will get it back again, Tom, with a really good opportunity. Now, you would love to keep it and score late, but this offense has been scoring in seconds.
Yeah, they don't know how to keep it and score.
Well, they did have one 6-minute drive.
Yeah.
But from here, your chances of keeping it for 6 minutes. Now, if you're coaching right here, certainly, 35-7, you'd love to have that lead, and you'd like to have it right before the half. Do you pull back the reins any, or do you just try to put it in the end zone?
Oh, I think you're going to try to put it in the end zone, but I don't know. It might depend on how they line up or what they got, but they may also run it. They haven't run it much, just right up the middle, and you might surprise Yukon with that.
They're going to run it. They're going to run a reverse. Here goes Carrasco. Carrasco has room around the right side as the 35 makes one miss there. 30-yard line inside that. Dives forward down to around the 26. Boston left one guy just kind of out by himself and then got inside, broke another tackle, and got down to around the 26-yard line. That's a gain of about 11. I will call it 12, actually, and it'll be first down. A little reverse, so Union pulling a little bit of everything out of the hat. Rising in the shotgun. Here comes motion. Now that motion stops. Shaker is going to fake inside, throws outside to Gam Jones. He makes the catch, explodes across the 15, across the 10, and down around the 8-yard line. Boy, Gam Jones has got jets, and when he hits them, he takes off. That is another gain of 21 yards, and his first and goal for Union at the 5. Schelling to the right. Now once again, motion. Shaker gives to Schelling, and he's going to pound his way into the end zone. He does, and that's 6 more for Union. There was a defender there, one man who actually kind of had a shot at the play, and that's Jaden Porter, but he could not make the play, and it is now 34-7 Union.
It seems like right now about everything they're doing is working. Running it, throwing it short, throwing it deep. Everything seems to be working right now.
You don't have many of these nights, so you definitely
Yes.
want to enjoy those.
Yes.
Extra point upcoming. It is up, and they say it's good. Jake Scarborough knocks that one through, and it's 35-7, and we still have 4 minutes to go here in this second period. Now, you got some second-team work and some other guys' work last week against Owasso. You'd like to get more tonight, and you're going to have an opportunity. So my question is going to be, how long for the starters? Rest of the half in one series, or what do you think?
I don't know. Now that's what it used to be, but anymore people tend to keep their guys in there a little bit longer. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what we're going to do here.
And I think a lot of it has to do with what happens here. Can
Yes.
you shut down what Yukon has been doing throwing the football, because they have been successful throwing it. Their quarterback has been very good today. He is their star, as we said, coming in, Holden Key. And he's been very good here again tonight. Key is 8 of 13 for 132 yards. He has 1 touchdown, no picks. He's at a 62% rate, completion rate, and his quarterback rating is 172. His problem is Shaker Rising's quarterback rating is 263, and his completion percentage is 95.
Yeah.
That's almost unfair.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
3 plays, 38 yards for Union, 45 seconds on the drive, Schelling with a 5-yard run, and the extra point good, making it 35-7. Hear it? Yukon High School. We'll call it Miller's Field. Once again, Red Hawks ready to kick off. He has Logan Day back for this kick, and it's going to go into the end zone once again, and that's, again, a fantastic weapon to have.
Yeah.
Guys can't return kicks on you. You can't have big plays. That's all there is to it. And that's another really nice kick by Jacoby Johnson to put that thing in the end zone.
That's by far the best kickoff. Not a short one, not this, not that. In the end zone.
Yes. Put that thing back there where nobody has a chance to return it. That's what we all want. So let's get down to our sideline reporter, Jeff Johns. This defense has got a little work to do right here, and that's one of the things Jeff wants to talk to us about. Jeff?
Well, guys, there's a lot to be happy about if you're a Red Hawk tonight. But the Union coaches are focusing on perfection. They aren't satisfied with the level of performance they've had right now. They think things can be better, and that's what you're hearing on the sidelines tonight.
And that's what you're almost always going to hear. There's as the play is called right there, there's a whistle and flags fly, and we will take this one backwards. Looks like that's going to be procedure penalty against Yukon. So they'll go backwards to the 15-yard line, and they'll have a 1st and 15 from there instead of a 1st and 10 from the 20. Millers trail 35-7 with 4 minutes to go here in this first half. And, despite the fact both teams have thrown it a lot, we've only played an hour right now. So it's been a fairly quick-moving first half.
Yeah, very. I'm surprised it's been this quick.
Holden Key again in the shotgun. And this time he's going to keep it himself. He has room. Key across the 20 to the 25-yard line. It's a nice tackle from Lane Wood from behind, because Key kept that ball in the stomach of his running back there. That was Logan Day. Pulled it at the last second and made a very nice run. That's going to get him probably, we're going to say 10, maybe 11. We'll call it 2nd down and 4. Wouldn't be surprised if Yukon doesn't want to give it back right now, so they do keep it on the ground a little bit. Key's going to fit. No, he did actually hand it off. Looked like that was a really nice play fake by Key, but he did hand that ball off up the middle. Getting across the 25, right about the 26-yard line was Day. So he got a couple, and this is going to bring up a very big 3rd down and 3. I mean, it's really closer, I think, Tom, to 4. We're going to call it a long 3, short 4. But with 3 minutes to play and counting in this half, they don't get this one. They're going to have to punt it to Union again with plenty of time and a couple of timeouts left. Key once again in the shotgun, and again Day is right behind him. Now Isaac Covington, who had snuck up, sneaks back. A lot of room on those outsides. Day is going to throw quickly over the middle, and that is complete for a first down.
Yep.
And that's got to be a sigh of relief for Yukon. Baylor Weaver makes that catch. And it was not an easy catch. That ball had to be thrown low and away, and that's where he put it. And that'll move it to the 31-yard line, and just enough for the first down, and the Millers will be able to keep it, and hopefully from their side, hopefully be able to run this clock out. 1st and 10 now. Key again back. He's going to fire it left side. It is caught at around the 32-yard line. That was Lucas Jones. He got up to around the 34-yard line. He was dragged down pretty quickly right there by Damian Marshall, only a gain of 3. And that will keep the clock moving. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in this first half, 35-7 Union. I'm sure, as Jeff just told us, they're still barking for more. I'm sure a lot of what they're barking about is pass coverage.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this Yukon team can move it through the air, and they've proven that. Key in the shotgun. Here comes pressure. He's going to have to hurry. Fires middle of the field, and it is incomplete. That ball goes in and out of the hands of Kennison Rogers, and that was a brave and excellent throw by Key. He had pressure coming. He got whacked as the ball came loose, and he threw it right between 3 defenders, and Tom, right on the money.
Right on the money. You're right. Everything he did then was just right, and they didn't catch it.
Kennison Rogers, I think, might have heard footsteps, and I don't know that I blame him because there were about 3 guys in black pants close by there in a bad mood. We're going to call it 3rd down and about 7 now for Yukon. They're at their own 34. They'll need the 41. Key is back. Again, here comes pressure, and he's going to move up and run. He throws to the middle of the field, and it's caught, making a move at the 45 up to the 47-yard line. That is Baylor Weaver again. Covington was right there. Damar Neely was right there as well, but that's another excellent throw by Key and 13 more yards for Yukon.
And I think Union's taking the approach right now. If they're going to complete one, it's going to be underneath us.
139 passing yards for the Millers. That may not sound like a lot when you look at Union's total yard number, but that's a pretty good first half.
Very good.
Key's ready again. Here comes the snap. Here comes pressure again, and he is whacked this time and won't get out of it. That corner blitz, an excellent call. Damar Neely came off the corner, and Damar hit him square in the shoulders and knocked him down. That's going to be a loss of about 7 back to the 40-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 17 now with 1:06 to go here in Yukon. And a timeout has been called. I think that was called by Union, although the officials did not ever. Oh, here we go. We might actually get the call now. Yep, it was called by Union. And I'm wondering, Tom, if you go ahead and use those and try to get one more shot.
Yeah, it has to be. That or there's something they think that they might be trying to throw on them, and so they want to talk to the defensive backs and the secondary coverage and say, don't let this happen.
Yep, I can certainly see that one as well because Yukon has had guys open in the middle of the field. So it's just over a minute to go, 35-7, Union leads. We'll see whether or not this Yukon team really wants to go to the half or if they want to get something else done. By the way, speaking of Damar Neely, I'm very proud the place I work, Griffin Media, had an arrangement or a contest called Heart of a Champion. And you got an opportunity to vote for any player in any sport who was going to be invited to the Champions of Health Gala in Oklahoma City October 3rd. Now, that's cool, right? But the coolest thing is you get a chance to meet Damar Hamlin and exchange jerseys with the Buffalo Bills safety and defensive back who became so famous after his incident on the field, and it was Damar Neely who was named the winner. So congratulations to Union's own Damar Neely. 2nd and 17 for Yukon at their own 40. Key with the snap. He fires again, this time to the right side, and again it's caught. Backing out of bounds, Kennison Rogers. Closest guy to him was Devin Jordan, but that's a gain of, we're going to call that 10. Yep, or maybe 11. We'll say 11. It's going to be now 3rd down at about the 49-yard line of Union. They need the 43, so it's 3rd down and about 6 now for Yukon, with 1:03 to go. So that play only took about 3 seconds off the clock. I'll say this: there's no quitting these guys.
No, and that's
they're trailing
that's good to
35.
see.
Yeah, they're trailing 35-7 as though it's 35-34. Back again is Key, throwing middle of the field again, and it's caught once again, and that's good for a first down. The ball went forward, and as a matter of fact, it was not a bad tackle, but just across that first down line. I think that was once again Kawika Burnett, and that moves the chain. So it's 1st and 10 for the Millers. Offsides. There, that was Lucas Jones, the wide receiver. I got to think that ball was going to him. He got excited, Coach. He was trying to
hurry, throw.
He was trying to get off the line of scrimmage. Like back in the old Wishbone days, they said you could always tell when an Oklahoma was going to throw the ball because the wide receivers came out of the huddle doing cartwheels. And that's about what you saw right there. He was excited. He wanted to get a start on that thing. So that'll back it up. They're going to move it around the 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. Key straight back. Again, rolling to his right. He's got pressure. He fires it last minute, and it is nearly intercepted. Ball went off the hands of number 1. That is Austin Turr. And kind of tantalizingly hung up in the air there for a moment, but no one could get there. Fowler was close, so was Devin Jordan. And that'll stop the clock with 42 seconds to go in the half, and it'll be 2nd and 15. So he played most of the first half in about an hour. We played the last minute in about 12 minutes.
Yes.
We have, it's kind of like a basketball game at the end. As soon as somebody starts to foul, you're going to be here for a day or two. Might as well just get a room. Nearing halftime, 35-7, Union with the lead. Here comes pressure. Union in an all-out blitz. They're going to have to hurry. Key gets rid of it, and that ball is intercepted. Intercepted and going the other direction with it. Tremendous play right there by Ashton Fowler. That ball was thrown again into a crowd. Fowler went up and actually just high-pointed that football, and he brings it back to around the 35-yard line. So Union had been a little susceptible in the middle. Key floated that one just a little bit, and Fowler was able to get to it. There's also a flag out there. Yukon walking backwards. Unless that's a late hit, if it were a hold or something, it wouldn't matter. It'll still be Union's ball. Let's see what the call is. The officials are dangerously discussing this as the flag lays right in the middle of the big Y, the Yukon Miller logo. They brought another official in, so now there's 3 guys talking about it. So we have not quite a quorum, but we're close. Now we'll get the call.
We have 2 fouls on the play.
There are 2 fouls. We have a hold on Yukon. And we have a face mask on Union.
Both penalties were before the interception.
So those should offset, and it should be Union's football as we get near the close of the half. No, the Union defense is staying out there.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going to offset, we're going to replay the play. Pardon me. Yeah, we're going to replay the play because those are not dead ball fouls. So the offset, and we'll play this thing again. 2nd and 15, and Yukon dodged a bit of a bullet right there. Although with 31 seconds to go, you don't know if Union would have really gone for the throat right there or not. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Millers, now at Union's 42-yard line. Key with another chance. Here again comes the blitz. He's going to have to roll. Neely is chasing him, and Key's going to be dragged out of bounds right back by midfield. And that's a really nice quick play in there by Dejon Gaines. Damar was catching up from behind, but Gaines was a little quicker. They're going to knock him back around the 49-yard line, so that's going to be a sack. And with 24 seconds to go, a loss of 3, and they'll be able to see if they can't get this thing off at least for one more play.
Well, they haven't got the clock going yet.
Well, they won't because he dragged himself out of bounds.
Oh.
And we are inside that 2-minute mark. Ball is going to be marked back at the 49. They need the 32 for a first down, so you're looking at a good 3rd down and almost 17 to go here. Holden Key waits again. Here comes the snap. Fires again, middle of the field, and that is off the hands of the receiver. It was actually tipped. I think Lane Wood or Damar might have tipped it before it got there. And then bounced off the receiver and off the hands and a little high for the receiver who was trying to get there, and that was Anthony Law. And so that's incomplete, and here we go with a 4th down and about 17. But with 20 seconds to go, I'm a little surprised UConn's going to go for it. But they will. Holden Key brings him back up. Now I think he's going to pooch punt this. He does back up. and there's the punt. It's going to be very short, bounce out of bounds. It's going to depend on where the official thinks this one landed. And he's going to walk to around that 30-yard line mark, and it'll be Union's football right there. Just 13 seconds to go, though. And the Red Hawks up 35-7. So a very successful first half.
Yeah, very.
And you would think they'd hand it off right here, but I wouldn't put anything by Dub Maddox and this offensive crew.
I was going to say something along the same line. It's you think he'd just run it out, but what they may do is run a receiver down the field and try to run it down and pass it down to him, let him run it out to the end zone.
Well, we'll find out here shortly.
Yeah.
They bring him out. Shaker Isaac will be the only guy in the backfield. There's actually only 10 people on the field for Union. So, yeah, timeout would be important. There are 4 wide receivers, no running backs, and Shaker Rising. So somebody missed something. You're not playing defense for Notre Dame, fellas. You need 11. I'm still perplexed at how Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame didn't realize there were only 10 players on the field in the last 2-3 plays against Ohio State.
Yeah.
And that 11th player was a defensive lineman when Ohio State on the 1-yard line was able to plunge it across for the win in a terrific football game. I'll say it was a really fun football game, but how in the world you only have 10 on the field in that situation? Hey, look, I know things happen, but wow.
Yeah.
That one's a little hard to explain.
And you've got, 7 or 8 coaches down on the sidelines, 3 or 4 in the booth. Somebody should have seen it.
You got a guy just out there making sure your rotation's light at the defensive line. You got a coordinator making sure that. You got a head coach who's a defensive guy. And you would think at some point somebody would look out there and go, hey, where's Bill? Or something along those lines, right? Where's the dude who's supposed to be next to me? All right, we're back at it. So from their own 30, now here comes the 11th player. There were still only 10 out there. The 11th one jumps outside. There's a flag down. Shaker throws it. They're going to try to play pitch and catch with it, and Gino Boyd got knocked down. The ball is loose. Yukon has it, and this whole melee might have to be played again because there was a flag. I think we're going to probably just go to the half, but Union still didn't have 11 out there. Somebody jumped out last second to be that 11th player. That's what the flag will be, is substitution, illegal substitution. Well, they're going to call it a procedure, but that should be illegal substitution. Technically. And we may have to play one more play. Yep, there's 5 seconds to go on the clock anyway. I thought that ran it out, but it didn't. I'm not quite sure how. So they'll move it back to around the 25-yard line. And once again, Coach, you want something to talk about in a game that's 35-7. You get a chance to talk about penalties.
Yes.
Your pass defense in the middle of the field, and a little sloppy toward the end. 6 penalties for 45 yards in the first half for Union alone, 3 for 20 for Yukon. So we were looking at 9 penalties between the two already in this first half.
Oh, there it is.
And they're actually going to go ahead and let it run, and then we're going to say we're at the half. So we are at the half here in Yukon, Oklahoma at Miller Field. 35-7, Yukon is trailing Union. A really good first half for the Union Redhawks. But now they put 5 seconds back up on the clock. I'm telling you, the officials are, I think, maybe struggling a bit themselves.
Oh.
They ran it to 0, and that might be the clock operator.
Yeah, it could be.
So besides the fact I can't say my own name, you got the clock operator doesn't know what's going on, and Union's got 10 guys on the field for a couple of plays. It is one of those nights down in Yukon, Oklahoma. And you know what? It is a full moon, but we aren't even to Halloween yet.
That's true.
Well, that's when it would get spooky out.
Yeah.
And we've gotten kind of some of that here in this first half. I guarantee you, Yukon's going to think that Union offense is spooky. So here comes Union, and we will see if we can get this half mercifully over. Schelling will come out at the running back spot, but they're going to split him wide left. 5 wide out here, as though they're just going to raise up and toss it to Schelling. Shaker He's going to do exactly that, and here goes Schelling across the 30, 35, across the 40, and he's going to go across the 45-yard line. He'll add to his stats, but he won't get to the end zone, and that's exactly what Union was hoping to do, is maybe tear one loose. So we finally are at the half here. We have confirmed that. The teams are running off the field, and we will end it at 35-7. Union leading the Millers of Yukon. That's the half. We'll be back with the second half shortly here on the Union Sports Network.
Fantastic food, atmosphere, and service. If you're looking for something a little different, the local has it. You get $5 off any appetizer when you take
At Coldwell Banker Select, we have the group to meet your commercial real estate needs. The Select Commercial Group. David Roberts can answer all your questions relating to the commercial real estate market, your business operations, and real estate budgets. Sarah Bergeson can help you locate the right commercial property to buy, sell, lease, or rent. Scott Job can provide valuable information regarding property values and lease rates. We treat our clients like family. With properties located all over the state, call us at 918-695-6979. Coldwell Banker Select Commercial Group, proud sponsor of the Union High School Red Hawks.
When summer heats up and your AC isn't working right, be cautious of being pressured into a replacement.
It's always a good idea to get a second opinion, and Airco will let you know if your AC is worth fixing.
So call Airco today for a free second opinion.
Does your school or organization need athletic apparel or spirit wear? Let me suggest Inkwell, a Tulsa-based company that can get you the quality you deserve at unheard of and unmatched lead times. Talking 2 weeks or less, not 2 months like most others, and can do it as much as 60% less than most of the big guys out there. So join the likes of Sand Springs, Union, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Oolaga, and Glenpool, to name a few, and get your customized sublimated uniforms, including Under Armour, Nike, or Adidas at InkwellNation.com.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
We're athletes.
Coaches.
And your child's high school athletic trainer. We're your friends and neighbors.
And we make our home
in green country. Like you, we run
and fish,
hike,
and bike.
We enjoy the mountains
and lakes.
So we know how important
staying active is to you. Staying active is to you.
We're physicians
and therapists.
Our groundbreaking treatments
are helping you heal faster.
Helping you heal faster.
We're Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma.
And we're the team physicians for more universities,
more high schools,
and more club teams
than all other providers combined.
We're focused on providing you personalized orthopedic care. Personalized orthopedic care.
Treating the area's best teams.
And the athlete in all of us.
And the athlete in all of us.
Thank you, Yukon Cheerleaders, and our future Yukon cheerleaders. Please welcome to the field your Yukon High School Palm alumni. Joining us tonight in order of the year they graduated are Heather Smith, 1998, 4 years. Kristen Bowman Mock, 1999, 4 years. Ronnie Coffey, 2004, 4 years. Riley Ravencraft, 2004, 3 years. Courtney Solorzano, 2004, 3 years. Shauna Smith, 2005, 3 years. Patty Holt, 2006, 4 years. Jessica Gore, 2007, 4 years. Mackenzie Kramer, 2010, 3 years. Lindsay Klein, 2010, 4 years. Adrian Quakendahl, 2011, 3 years. Gabby Myers, 2017, 4 years. Alyssa Odpuri, 2017, 2 years. Cameron Kahn, 2018, 3 years. Peyton Quakendahl, 2018, 4 years. Ashlyn Creech, 2019, 3 years. Cassidy Lee, 2019, 4 years. Addison Mazier, 2019, 4 years. McKenna Bell, 2020, 4 years. Britt Bowler, 2021, 4 years. Maddie Bourne, 2021, 4 years. Lily Rosiska, 2021, 3 years. Addison Bodine, 2022, 4 years. Kinsey Klein, 2022, 4 years. Gracie Rundle, 2022, 4 years. Ava Griffin, 2023, 4 years. Chloe Rich, 2023, 3 years. And Tessa Rosiska, 2023, 4 years. Thank you, Palm alumni, for always keeping the games interesting and fun. Now let's give it up for the Yukon Palm alumni. Please welcome to the field, Yukon Palm. Please welcome the Pride of Yukon Marching Band. Tonight's Yukon halftime show is brought to you by Slim Chickens. Thank you for feeding the band dinner. They are under the direction of James Rivera, Sarah Workham, Kevin Kamau, Tanner Brown, Seth Adams, and Zane Bergen. Additional staff include Bruce Holsopple, Madison Becker, Elia Merritt, Anne Marie Beck, Grace Alfaro, Nicholas Cockrell, Ryan Holton, Joseph Carpello, Will Cordell, Alex Chumlin, and Brianna Chumlin. Their 2023 show is titled Luminous. Musical selections include Dark Night of the Soul, New World, Wild Nights, and Light Switch. This will be the band's first performance of the entire show. The Yukon Band program is proud to present drum majors Luke Matthews, Jack Adair, and Kira Mickle, and the Pride of Yukon.
Second down for Owasso. Goal to goal from the 1. 1 yard away from a chance to move to the state championship 6A1 final next Saturday night.
That's right. Willingham takes the snap. He's going to try to run up the middle. Touchdown, Owasso Rams! The Rams win! The Rams win! The Rams win! They are going to the state championship!
Absolute thriller. It goes 6 overtimes before Owasso knocks up Union 50-47. Just unbelievable.
You should approach this like a playoff game, because it is. How are you going to know how to play when you get to the playoffs if you don't start doing it now? We're looking for effort. Can you play with the passion they can't match? That's what we're looking for. Got it? Yes, sir.
Every play is worth the district championship when you're out on the field. Every freaking play means something. You don't take it out on them and tell them to come back and get another one. You got me? You take it out on them and tell them to come back and get another one until they don't want no more. Every play is for the district championship. Let's have a great weekend.
Here we go, everybody up. Everybody up. About there's moments out there. Guys, let me tell you, there's a big moment out there waiting on us. Okay? There's nothing like getting to play in these big games. I can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to watch you guys play. Understand, we talked all week about playing with a passion. There's nothing like when the grease gets hot on a Union football team. Nothing like it. Okay? I mean, it's an awesome feeling. Let's go get the grease hot. Let's go have a great one. Sound good? Yes, sir. All right, let's go win one. Let's go.
The Cathedral on Mingo, everybody's calling it. The incomparable Union Tuttle Stadium on a beautiful night. Now, the last time these two got together, that 6 overtime classic. This one could easily end up deciding the 6A1 District 2 title.
Quick hit in the backfield right as the ball was handed off, and the Union defense holds up.
Oh, big time play right there.
Quick pass left side. A little bit of running room for Gino Boyd. He's out in space. He may go. Gino Boyd, 45-yard touchdown.
How about Gino Boyd right there?
Big hole right side, untouched. Union scores first. Jordan Schelling from 2 yards out.
But look at this offensive line. Look up front and look at the hole right there, Zig. No white jerseys to be found right there. Outstanding job by that offensive line.
Red Hawks will take over offensively at the 20-yard line. Again, puts his head down and gets enough for the first.
You need a first, you know, to go to the move to change.
Rolling to the right, Reising. He's going to keep it himself. Touchdown.
Reising.
Shaker Reising from 6.
Okay, break it down then, Reising.
Reising on 1st and 15. Goes back across, has a wide open receiver. Touchdown, Gino Boyd. 57 yards.
How about that? Wide open that time. Boy, he just puts it on the money. Look, no one in sight right there.
3rd and goal for the Rams. They're going to have to get it in. They do not.
Hurry up.
Jaden Hall.
Not going to get a play.
They don't have a timeout. That's the way the first half comes to an end. Russell just comes up short just before the half. Union with the 21-8 halftime lead. Pressure hit as he throws the ball and it's picked off. A one-handed grab. And look at that, Lane Wood comes up with his first interception of the year.
About Lane Wood right there, and that's a big-time play by Mr. Wood.
again. He's got a man. It was a slant and go. Touchdown, Gino Boyd. Second one of the night.
How about this to Boyd? He's cooking right there. Getting it done. That Union defense is settling in.
That's what you said. They were giving up some big chunks of offense in that first half.
We are back here in Yukon, Oklahoma at Miller Field. It is Rick Corey along with Coach Tom Stockton. Jeff Johns is on the field. Richard Johns here doing our stats. Andy Ewing, and the team from the U-View. We are on the Union Sports Network. At the half, Union leading 35-7. You saw a nice performance by the Yukon band. And that was a lot of light show by the band. That was kind of fun. Well, that kind of had a Benny Dixon ring to it.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it thought that way. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, that was very good. The lights were so different.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Yeah, so now Union will kick this football off. And by the way, this was my fault, but there was a note made, and my roster didn't reflect it. Emerson Kiker is the kicker who has just come over from the soccer team right before the Jinx game and has been putting the ball in the end zone. So thank you to Emerson's grandfather, who sent me a message and said, hey, by the way, I appreciate that. Emerson, thanks very much. Now, Emerson will put it in the end zone, I'll bet again. He's been doing that very, very efficiently here tonight for Union. The officials are still not quite ready. We'll get them underway in just a moment. Standing back to receive this kick for Yukon is once again Kawika Burnett. This ball is going to go out the back of the end zone, and a good addition is Emerson Kiker, a 3-year starter, we understand, on the soccer team, and a big young man, too, who's putting the foot to it. So Yukon will start at their own 20-yard line, trailing 35-7. I know we'll hear from Jeff Johns fairly quickly about some of the adjustments at the half. And, Coach, if you're coaching that secondary and the middle of it had been soft, what's your message?
Well, you got to correct it, that's for sure. My message is you're going to have to read the routes and also stay in the coverage that we have, because there's a reason they don't leave the thing wide open for a reason.
Holden Key with the snap will roll to his right, and pressure comes again. He fires it, and again it's complete. Out around the 25-yard line, it was Kinnison Rogers who caught the thing. It was an 11, tackled by an 11, Ashton Fowler, 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. And, you're up 35-7, so, even though strange things can happen, you're not terribly worried about losing this game. What you don't want is somebody to get a lot of film on how to attack your defense.
Exactly right. You don't want to just, think it's all over with. That's for sure.
Key will hand off straight up the middle and bursting forward for the first down. That's a good 2nd down run. Pulling straight forward there once again was that running back. That was, that was Logan Day. Good for 8 yards and a first down, so Yukon moves the chains. They'll take up to around the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 right there. Running back again is Day. Day came into this game with 231 yards. He averages 5.6 a carry. Only 58 yards a game at 5.6 a carry because they just don't run it that often. So 1st and 10. Key this time will keep it himself off the left side. And he's got room too. He's up over the 40-yard line. Now it closed fairly quickly because Isaac Covington jumped in there. And he had help inside from Lucian Crouch, but he got 8. And it'll be 2nd down and 2. And this Yukon offense has been very effective tonight here against Union. It'll be 2nd and 2. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Millers. Just underway 3rd period. Union blitzing straight up the middle, and they're going to throw it quickly, and that's complete for the first down. And running away from one across midfield down inside Union territory was Baylor Weaver. He's been very good tonight as well, so that gets him to the 47 of Union. That's 12 more yards and another first down. And well, they're going to have to figure this one out, Coach, because right now Holden Key, these two quarterbacks are really just holding court. Reisig with 285 yards passing and Key with 189.
Yeah, it's not about winning. It's about you can't just stop playing in this half.
Key throws it downfield again, and it is intercepted. That ball was lofted a little too much. J.T. Frederick was there, and that is an interception. It's going to be around the 33-yard line. That is really the first bad throw I have seen Holden Key make all day. He had Baylor Weaver down there, but he was triple covered, and that was J.T. Frederick who undercut it. They'll mark it at the 31-yard line. A good defensive play, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Redhawks.
That'll be interesting to see what Union's going to do with the ball. They're going to just keep doing the same thing they've been doing. They're going to look at something different or what?
Well, right now, everything's working offensively. Between these two teams, the offensive numbers are nuts. Union with 360 total yards, 196 for Yukon. So between these two, they are nearly 560 total yards, and we're just starting the second half. Fake handoff, back is Rising. He's going to fire to his left, and that ball is caught, but falling out of bounds was Gino Boyd. That was a spectacular catch. And Shaker had to throw it to the outside because there was coverage to the inside. And Gino made a valiant effort but could not keep everything in bounds. And it won't matter because there's another flag. And again, Union, who was bitten by that bug in the first half, they had 6 penalties in the first half for 45 yards, and that'll add to this as they will march backwards, They're going to put it down at the 21-yard line, so that's going to be a hole and a 10-yard penalty, and it's going to be first down and 20.
Not exactly the way you wanted to start the
3 receivers
offense.
go right side, 2 left, so 5 wide. Quick throw left side at Gino Boyd. Gathers it in at the 20, but went right down to his knees at the 21. He ran right in the back of his own blocker in that case and was not able to get away. Yukon did have defenders out there, but he just ran into the back of Logan Haney and strictly just fell down. So it'll be second down, another quick throw to the right side. This one is complete around the 25, 20, 26-yard line, up across the 30. That was, once again, Schelling, who was wearing 49 tonight instead of the normally number 24. That'll move it to the 30, so that's a good second down gain. It brings up a more manageable 3rd and 11. Union's going to go ahead and walk back into a huddle and take their time here. Rising ran to the sideline to get a call. 21 on the play clock, so plenty of time. 35-7, just underway here in this third period with the Red Hawks up. Only a 2-man rush, and that ball is thrown over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tried to get that ball in there quickly to Logan Haney, and he had it in his hands, but it was knocked away about the same time. There was contact immediately, and Union will be up against 4th and 11. They'll kick this thing away. So Yukon successful, other than they did turn it over. And for Union, a really nice job, well, in the first couple of plays, and then a penalty. Puts them backwards once again and hurts them. So Union will have to kick this football away. On to do that, once again, is the punter. That's number 84, Jacoby Johnson. There's the snap, the punt. That's a good kick. It's going to drive back to around the 32-yard line, and a fair catch back there at the 32-yard line. That fair catch made by number 6 for the Millers, and that is Lucas Jones. So we just have one possession each, and we will flip the field, and here we go. That's about a 40-yard kick with no return, and that you'll take that about any time.
Every time.
So we remain 35-7. The officials are talking something over, and the chains have not moved. I did not see, once again, a flag hit the ground, but it turns out there was one. They must have picked it up already. So there was a procedure against Union. So they will tack that penalty on at the end of the fair catch. So that'll give Yukon a little bit better field position. And pardon me, that was Emerson Kiker once again on the punt. So Kiker is taking over right now all kicking duties. So pardon me, Grandpa. That's my mistake. Now at the 36-yard line, Yukon, the Millers, will take it 1st and 10. Holden D, their quarterback. He's going to hand off to the right, really kind of right up the middle there. They have used 2 different running backs tonight, Logan Day and Kawika Burnett. That was Day who got forward to about, we're going to call it the 39-yard line before he was gang tackled there. Once again, J.T. Frederick had a really nice game already. It came up off the bottom of that pile. So we're going to call it 2nd down and 8. Key again in the shotgun. Pressure on the way. He's going to get some from the backside. Now he's going to fire it. There's a flag down. Oh, boy, and there was a hit in there. Now that ball was thrown toward Baylor Weaver, and there was a hit by Ashton Fowler, but I don't know that Ashton knew the ball was completely out of his hands. He immediately got up and threw his hands up like, hey, not me. I didn't try to do anything. No flags on that one, but there was one in the backfield that will be holding as Key was running for his life early on. So this field has been just dirty with laundry all night long between these two teams. 4th penalty for Yukon. 8 penalties for Union, so 12 between them, Coach. Ooh. Yeah,
not something you want to.
I think that says it all right there.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that'll be something they'll have to adjust to, or.
Well, that's something you want to stop.
Yeah.
So it's going to mark it all the way back around the 29-yard line. We're going to be talking about 2nd and over 17. Key with, again, pressure, fires middle of the field, and that ball is tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. Wide open across the middle was Lucas Jones, and it was tipped a bit, but Jones then was able to gather it in, and that'll take it all the way up to the 46-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 1. And I think, maybe I'm wrong here. I thought Lane Wood got hands on that thing.
Somebody did. Yeah, I think
but it bounced up in the air, and give Lucas Jones credit for great concentration as he held on. So a 3rd and 1 and a big 3rd and 1. High snap, the ball's on the ground. It is picked up by Yukon, but it is swarmed quickly by Union. First guy there was Trey Barnes, and that's going to take the ball all the way back at the 34-yard line. That snap was high. Jumping on it right there as it hit, just kind of bounced off the quarterback's hands. Key's hands, Logan Day was able to get there, but they lose back all the way. So they marked it right at the 40. So we're looking at 4th down and about 7. They're going to need about the 46-yard line for the first down. Key will likely look at the middle of the field again. 8 on the play clock, and he stops down. He's going to have to hurry. 1 on the play clock, and that play clock went to 0, and nobody noticed. He fires complete, and that's good for a first down. And that play clock was at 0 for at least a count before that ball was fired out of there, and it was Kawika Burnett who made the catch, and that gets a first down for Yukon, but somebody missed that one big time, Coach.
Yeah, you're right. I was looking at it, and you said it's almost down to 0. I looked, it's down to 0, down to 0, down to 0. We still hadn't snapped it.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millers. They will fake the handoff and throw it again to the right. And I believe that is Burnett once again around the 45-yard line of Union, down inside that. And it was Burnett tackled down in there by Lane Wood and by Kirk Frederick, by JT Frederick. And JT and Lane have been all over the place tonight, and they've had to. JT especially has had to chase guys around because the Millers are tossing it around the yard. Holden now 222 yards passing. You don't normally hear that for a game against Union, and we are still early in the 3rd quarter. At the 43-yard line now of Union, they'll need about a yard. They hand the ball off, and they're not going to get that yard. They got close. Well, you know what? They're going to give them a mark really close to the 42-yard line. I think they might actually, I can't tell. Nope, they're going to call it
3rd.
Just short. Logan Day put the head in there. You have to give him credit. And he was shoved back by the entire middle of that Union defense. It's going to be 3rd down and about a football's length. Quickly under center is Key, and he's going to sneak forward, and he has the first down right at the 40. Nearly impossible to stop that with that kind of that short in there. But they're going to give him right at the 40, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millers there. No score in this half. It's 35-7 Union, and that is the way this half started. And it's been a little sloppy here, honestly, Coach.
Yes, very, for both sides.
Yep, there have been penalties, there have been drops, there have been interceptions already. They're going to hand off left side. He's got some room this time. He's across the 35 to the 33-yard line is Logan Day.
A late flag.
And there is another flag down. Damar Neely in on that tackle. Also in on that one, Isaiah Forbes. That's good for 7, but let's see what the laundry's about this time. And so you have a face mask against the Redhawks. And that's going to take the football down. They're going to mark that at around, we're going to call it the 27-yard line, maybe the 28. And although Yukon, no one has scored yet in this quarter, Yukon's offense has been impressive thus far.
Yes, they've been moving the ball, and they got to like that.
They haven't gotten points out of it yet because of the one turnover on the long throw.
Clock operator, please put 25 seconds on the play clock.
They are asking the play clock to go back to 25, which it did. Now they're going to run it again. 5 minutes and counting to go, third period. 35-7 Union, but Yukon is threatening. Millers will fake it to the middle. Key throws downfield. That ball is intercepted. It was tipped up in the air, and it is intercepted. That is Devin Jordan, and here he goes up the sidelines. Jordan has some room. He's still on his feet. 40, 45, 50. Now it's a foot race, and they're not going to catch him. As long as they don't mark him out of bounds, this will be 6. They indicate touchdown. I do not see anybody marking him out of bounds, and that is going to count. That ball was tipped up into the air. Jordan then came down with it, and he exploded up the sidelines for 101 yards in the score. And now that is 2 interceptions in the quarter. The Millers have thrown, and one of them comes back to haunt them. It's now 41-7. And that, my friends, is why Devin Jordan's being recruited heavily. Not just that he got a ball that bounced up in the air that was fairly easy to field. It's that other thing. That's called speed, and you can't coach it.
No. I wish you could, but you can't.
Emerson Kiker on once again to kick this thing through. Actually, that is not Kiker this time. That is Jake Scarborough, number 88. So that's going to be good, and it's now 42-7. Union leading the Millers of Yukon. 4:38 to go here in this third period. Back with the kickoff in a moment. Yukon, Oklahoma. Rick Corey along with Coach Tom Stockton. Jeff Johns on the field. We'll get down to him in a moment to see what the coaches talked about at the half. With 4:38 to go in this third period, the latest touchdown drive is Union, actually a drive. It's a 101-yard return of an interception by Devin Jordan, and the extra point being good makes it 42-7. Union will kick it off quickly. Before they do, let's ask Jeff exactly what the coaches talked about at the halftime. Jeff?
Well, guys, halftime in the Union locker room was not a fun place to be. Coach said he has a lot of expectations they need cleaned up, a lot of mental mistakes that need to be fixed. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that is definitely, there's no doubt about that, Coach Stockton. There are too many penalties, too many other issues, and they'd like to get that all cleaned up. Emerson Kiker will kick this ball off again, and Emerson once again puts a big foot into it, and that's going to bounce out the back of the end zone. And number 84 is a weapon. There's no question about that. So Yukon, who has moved the ball up and down the field successfully in this half, but just hadn't gotten anything out of it because of 2 interceptions, including the one for a touchdown, will get it back once again. And Holden Key will have a chance to add. He is 18 of 28 for 222 yards and 1 touchdown, but the 2 picks. Again, on the other side of it, Shaker Reisig, who hadn't had much opportunity this half, is 21 of 23 for 294 and 3 touchdowns. So these 2 quarterbacks having a bit of a clinic between them. Yukon at their own 20-yard line on a really pleasant night here, not far off the shores of Lake Overholser. You can actually see Putnam West Stadium from here, see the lights. Key again in the shotgun at his 20. He's going to keep it himself on the right side. He got hit right about the 20, but he pulls forward. It's a really nice job because that was Lane Wood. Isaac Covington helped him finish it off. He got himself about, well, we're going to call it 4 actually, Coach. And I really got hit pretty close to the line of scrimmage. But again, Key himself is 200 pounds, so he's not easy to bring down.
No, and one of the things you're seeing about Yukon is their character. They stay hooked up and try to go regardless of the score, where the ball is, or whatever.
Well, you know, Brent Barnes and some of the guys,
Yes.
Coach Tigner, these guys, they know how to coach. There's no question. On a second down play, you're going to have to hurry. Keys rolls to his left. He's going to fire deep downfield. That ball is once again intercepted. Intercepted and up the sidelines. This time Ashton Fowler, but he stepped out of bounds, it looks like. Fowler goes into the end zone, but they're going to say, I think he stepped out of bounds, and I'm looking for where. Yeah, about the 49-yard line, as Richard Johns points out. That ball, again, running to his left that time, Key, did not quite get himself all the way flipped around shoulders and hips, and he put a little hang on that one, and Ashton Fowler was able to come underneath it. That is 3 picks just in this quarter for Union. 3:47 to go in this third, and an opportunity for the Redhawks to add to that 42-7 lead. And, that certainly will help a little. That'll assuage the coaches a bit, but they're still going to want to work on some things. 1st and 10 for the Redhawks. Reisig again in the shotgun. He will hand to Schelling, who's going to push forward across midfield. He'll get down to around the 48 of Yukon. Off the bottom of that pile for Yukon, number 5, Lucas Reyes. We're only going to call that about 1, and we'll call it 2nd down and about 9. Get some other scores from around the state here in just 1 second. Let's leave that up right there, Richard, and we'll get back to it in a second. So it's 2nd down and 9 for the Redhawks. Right at the top of the big Y in the Yukon logo here. Davis in motion, and he sets up. Fake to Schelling. Fires left side. That ball is caught by Carrasco, and he's forward for a 1st down. He's across the 40, down to around the 38, yet there is another flag. There's been plenty of those. That tackle in there for Yukon made by Caden King. Redhawks again walking backwards. And again, I think we're going to probably be looking at a hold here. Nope. Looking at a illegal receiver downfield now. As quickly as that ball was thrown, somebody had to be stepping and fetching to get downfield.
They had to be coming off the ball like they're coming out of the starting blocks or something.
We'll give somebody credit. They were able to do that. All right, let's look around. Norman North is leading Broken Arrow right now in the third. That's 28-14. Westmore leads Jenks at the half, 14-6. Mustang trailing Owasso 27-3. That's a key game in the district. And, of course, this one 42-7. Handoff on the left side, rolling down to the 45-yard line. And inside that's Gam Jones, who has a touchdown already tonight on a little inside sweep. So that's going to get Union back a good amount of that yardage down to the 41-yard line of Yukon. Well, yeah, one guy's trying to mark him at the 41. One was trying to mark him back at the 45. But the guy who wanted him at the 45 was on the other side of the field. So let's let the guy over here mark that.
Yes.
And we'll call it 2nd down and 2. Reisig back in the shotgun with Schelling to his right. He fakes, throws quickly to Carrasco, jumps outside the 30. Here goes Boston, 25-20, cuts back at the 15, into the 10, into the 5, and he's taken down right there. Nice move by Boston Carrasco. Man, he caught that ball, and he did not waste steps. He got upfield in a heartbeat, and it's going to be 1st and goal. They'll mark him at the 6. Nice job there by Boston. Tackle again by Caden King. That's 34 yards, and here come the Redhawks.
And Roger got the ball out of his hands and threw it out there faster than you couldn't even time it.
And nowadays in the NCAA, you're watching Washington do that with Penix. You're seeing Oklahoma do it with Gabriel. That quick release is remarkable. 1st and goal from the 6. Shaker fakes, rolls to his right. He's going to have to hurry, and he's just going to step out of bounds at the 9, and that was the smart play.
Yeah.
He was being chased back there. Yukon had a couple of defenders back there. The guy closest to him was Jaden Porter. And Porter, in a very good sportsmanship type thing, as soon as Shaker went out of bounds, he didn't try the late hit.
No.
He just ran up behind him, patted him on the back, and went back to the huddle. Like to see that kind of class.
Thanks for not throwing a touchdown pass. It might have been what he said. I don't know.
Might have, yeah.
He might have thanked him. I don't know.
That's your best line in 2 years. That's a good one there, Tom. That's a loss of 3, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 9. We don't have a high bar here, as you well know. They'll hand off to Schelling up the middle, and he's going to roll forward to around the 1-yard line, and he's going to go down right there. You got a couple of move-ins here, Carrasco and Schelling, who are both really, really doing a nice job in this football game. 3rd and goal from the 1 now. Schelling to the left now of Reisig. They'll hand to him again, and he's going to cram himself up inside, but he still doesn't quite get there, although he leaned and thrust the ball out. He did get there. The near side official says touchdown. He was held up in the middle of the field. Schelling rolled around onto his back, extended the ball, and was able to get it across the goal line just enough to get the touchdown. That is an excellent effort by Jordan Schelling tonight, not wearing 24, wearing 49, and it's now a score of 48-7 Union. Now the officials, there we go. We finally put it on the scoreboard. Had to wake up somebody down in the other room, and they got it on there. Extra point upcoming, and it will be Jacoby Johnson for the extra point, and he puts it up. Pardon me, Emerson Kiker again. Boy, I'll get that straight sooner or later.
Is there a flag or something?
There's always a flag or something.
Yeah, there's something going on.
I am not sure. The defense, there is a flag. It's right at the 1. And the officials are, again, getting together. At some point, you can't tell if they're just trying to get enough for a good poker game or if they're talking about a penalty.
Poker game. They're coming off the field.
Well, apparently somebody drew to an inside straight and didn't get it because, we're going to let this go. So the extra point, as they come off the field, and Kirk Frederick's trying to ask for an explanation. We'll have to see if Jeff Johns can get us one as well. The extra point's not on the board, so I'm assuming that, I never saw a signal. Did you see a signal, Coach?
Oh, I didn't see anything. I don't understand why.
And from the angle we have here, and especially with some of the reflection off the glass on the inside here, very difficult to tell. There is a personal foul, apparently, against Yukon. So the extra point was good. All right.
Good.
So now they tell us the extra point is good. Thank you, sir. So it's going to be 49-7. We'll keep it right here for right now as Union, as we get near the end of this third period, and really thankfully getting near the end of this third period because it hasn't been terribly well played. Now, Yukon does have 3 interceptions in this period, including one that's a return for a touchdown. So that is a tremendous job by the Union defense. Yukon, though, continues to pull the trigger and throw it at them. As they can, and we've had a lot of penalties. For Yukon, you're not very happy because you got your interceptions. Right now, Union with 10 penalties for 70 yards, and that is not going to be something that the Union coaching staff will be happy about.
And you're going to kick off from the 45.
Yeah, so as though Emerson Kiker needs that. He may kick this thing halfway back to the turnpike. 6 plays, 49 yards, took 2 minutes and 19 seconds on the scoring drive. Jordan Schelling with the excellent effort from the 1-yard line. Actually, we have a new kicker. At some point, we're going to find out who the kicker is and just stick with it. But at this point, we got to serve as a brand new kicker. It is Gavin Litchfield. I hope Gavin's family is listening because we just said his name right. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, stranger things won't happen tonight because so far I've had a hard time knowing my name. Litchfield approaches, puts the foot to it, and this one's going to go well into the end zone, as you might imagine, and Yukon will start at their own 20-yard line. All right, so, one of the hardest things to do, Coach, is anytime you have a quarter like this, you want to come back and be clean in the fourth quarter. You want momentum going toward next week. When you've been sloppy in a quarter, now defensively, again, they did have the 3 interceptions, but they also had a lot of yards put up on them. How do you get that mindset away in your just little bit of brief time to talk to these guys between the third and fourth quarter?
And you just got to talk to them about we got to play. Obviously, we got to play better, and we got to be thinking ahead. Because if we play like this against some of the people we got coming up, it's not going to be good. So you got to talk to them about. It doesn't matter what the score is. You got to keep playing the same.
And I think that will be fanatical encouragement. There's no question. Key back at quarterback. He's back. He's going to throw a little inside route, and that ball is caught but then taken down right away. That's an excellent play right there, an excellent play by Union. I got to tell you, the ball was completed quickly, but Isaiah Forbes was able to come right in behind number 11, Kennison Rogers, and make that play. So that's going to be 2nd down and 10.
That was a very good defensive play.
Forbes can run. There's no question about that. The Union now going to be playing very deep, 5 deep safeties with 32 seconds to go here in this third period. Key has the snap, looks, fires middle of the field, and that's caught again. But again, really good defense. The ball caught right around the 25-yard line. The guy who caught that had several, Baylor Weaver, and he was immediately driven back. So that's good for 5, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5 with 10 seconds to go. And I don't think we'll get this play off. I think that will probably end this third period, and we will go to quarter number 4. They will let it go to 0, so we are now at 0 at third quarter. End of 3. Union 49, the Yukon Millers 7. Back with the fourth quarter next here on the Union Sports Network.
We would like to say thanks to our program sponsor, the local
We begin quarter number 4 here in Yukon, Oklahoma. Yukon High School, where Union leads by a score of 49-7 over the Millers. Rick Corey with Coach Tom Stockton. Down in the field is Jeff Johns. Richard Johns here with us as well. Andy Irwin, of course, over on the Union Sports Network. Thank you for joining us here. And once again, it is kind of an interesting third quarter. Turned out nicely for Union with the interception return for a touchdown, but also yards given up for a Yukon team that keeps swinging. Key in the shotgun, back to throw. Here comes pressure. He's going to run out of it. Now he's going to be chased again, running to his left. He is just kind of a miracle worker. He's going to fire it out of bounds. Everybody in a white jersey, I think, had one shot at Key. At the end, it was Isaac Covington bearing down on him like a missile, so he wisely threw it out of bounds. I'll tell you, though, Holden Key he's a scrapper, Coach.
Oh, no doubt about it.
That will bring up 4th down and 5, and Covington will go back to return the kick along with Gino Boyd. Now it looks like Isaac's going to leave the game, and Gino will return this kick. On to punt this thing away for Yukon is Hario Diaz. They will shift quickly. He's standing back around his 14. That ball almost over his head. He got a foot into it, though. Not a very good kick, and it's going to come out of bounds. I think they're going to mark it probably close to about the 49 of Yukon, Coach. Let's see where they mark this. Oh, you're going to walk up a little further. Whoa, I mean a lot further. That's going to be around the 44. All right. Well, at the 44-yard line of Yukon is where Union will start this offensive possession, a 20-yard punt. And now you do wonder, Coach, you've got the entire fourth quarter really for the most part left. Your offense has been very good. You lead 49-7. Shaker Rising is 23 of 25 for 341 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's almost silly to say the kid is so good. And he's going to come back out with his first-team offense at least for one more series. And I think after that we might see some backups.
I would think so.
Rising in the shotgun. Here comes motion. It's Gam Jones, and he's going to get the same ball he scored on earlier. And, he got yanked down, and something tells me that could be a face mask. No, apparently not. He got jumped. He was yanked down as though somebody grabbed the face mask. They must have just grabbed either a shoulder or up by the shoulder pads because he's yanked down for a 2-yard loss, and that's a violent 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 12. Rising with Schelling to his right. Motion again by Gam. They're going to fake to him. Now Shaker's going to have to hurry. He's got pressure, and he looks like he's going to go down. Got away. Shaker got away from 2 and got all the way back to the 45-yard line. Oh, my. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, the guy who finally got there to make the play is number 98. That is Jackson Derrick. But about 3 guys had a shot at Shaker, and then he got up a little slowly, Tom.
Yes.
But he got a couple, and we're going to make it 3rd down and 10. He got back the loss. And with 10:37 and counting to go in this game, Shaker will shake it off, if you will. And he'll have a 3rd down and 10 at the 44 of Yukon. Shaker rolls to his right, looks. Here comes a little pressure. Now he points, and he's just going to fire that thing back across, and it's nearly intercepted. He threw that thing back across toward Gam Jones, and also there was another receiver out there in the air for Union, too. That was Luke Lazenby, the tight end. But it was also near several Yukon players, including Cam Washington. It hit one of them in the hands, but they dropped it because he fired that thing pretty hard, and it'll be 4th down. And that's just kind of fortunate for Union. So they'll kick it away. Union has not punted the ball very often tonight, only the 2nd time they've had to kick the ball. Standing back around his 37-yard line to kick this thing away. That was Miles Davis, who did get it all the way down to, we're going to call that fair catch right around the 7. So that is a 37-yard punt with no return. You'll take that one every time. So it'll be 1st and 10 right there for Yukon. With 10-11 to go in the game, certainly you want to keep running your offense, Coach, but you also don't want to put your defense in bad positions. And you had a couple of picks in that third quarter, had the one for a touchdown. How much do you put it in jeopardy here?
I don't know. I don't know. I was just looking out there. It looked like they still got a lot of the first teamers.
Oh, they're not going to. I'm sure not. They're going to bring guys out. I just wonder if they're going to keep slinging it. I mean, that's their game.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Yeah, they're going to have to if they want to. Like you say, that's their game.
Holden Key is going to hand it off this time. Forward to the 15-yard line, across the 10-yard line, around the 12-yard line. A nice run there by Logan Day. He got 5, and he bounced off several guys. It was Frederick at the end that got him down. But he got a nice 5-yard gain. And once again, we've said it several times, this group doesn't slow down. You got Coach Barnes and Coach Tickner over there, who, again, have been on the staff at Union in the past. Coach Barnes had been in Arizona, I believe it was, coaching, and he just came back to take this job. And I think this, kind of like Mustang, Tom, this can be a really good job out here. Quick throw over the middle, and Key gets that one connected. It's going to go in there to number 9, made that catch. That is Diaz, who's also a wide receiver and punter. Good for 8 yards, and that'll move the chains. And, we've seen Mustang be very good lately, and now this Yukon team as well. And one of the reasons, Tom, quite honestly, it's the same reason in Tulsa teams got good. They're not city teams that have been divided up. So you've got pretty good-sized school districts in Union and Mustang, in Yukon and Mustang, who have an opportunity to get guys out and get a lot of different talent. Now a penalty flag will be dropped on this 1st and 10 from around the 21-yard line. And I do believe, Tom, that's one of the reasons they have a chance to be a little better. You haven't divided up a school. You got a nice little suburban district.
Yeah, and I think the other reason is I don't know the inner city public schools in Oklahoma City that much, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to move out to the suburbs or want to take their sons and go play football at one of these suburban schools.
Well, anytime you start breaking them up, like the number of Moores, there are a number of Edmonds, there, that kind of thing, it makes it harder. Now there's a throw downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. Key rolling to his right, tried to get that ball all the way down around midfield, and it was a little bit overthrown, and he was kind of running for his life as well. Baylor Weaver was the guy out there, but it's incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and about 5. I mean, this is the same thing that happened in Tulsa with the Texas and the broken arrows and like that. So the suburban schools were able to maintain populations. Here in Oklahoma City, they split most of those. So 2nd and 5 now at the 26-yard line for the Millers. There's going to be a quick handoff to the left side. Nice move by Logan Day to the outside. He has the 1st down, still on his feet across the 35. It's a good job of getting out and getting on that tackle out there by Josh Teal, big defensive lineman. He's one of the guys who got there, but not before. Another 14 yards and a 1st down for the Millers.
And I'll say this for Yukon. They obviously have some character. They're, it's 49-7. They're not going to win the ball game, but they're still playing very, very hard and doing what they need to do.
Logan Day is a pretty talented young man. So is Holden Key, Key again in the shotgun. Day to his right. They're going to fake the handoff. Throw down the middle. That ball is nearly picked off. It sailed well over the head of the receiver. There were 3 Union players there. Covington was there. Frederick was there. The ball went nicely over the head of Baylor Weaver and falls incomplete. That'll stop the clock, and that one, as much as any, had a chance to be intercepted, more so than caught.
And, Yukon's just doing what they've done since the beginning. They haven't changed a thing. You think sometimes they might say, okay, let's just run the ball, run out the clock, and get this open. No, not at all.
We'll get a report in just a moment from Jeff Johns down on the sideline about what they're thinking defensively right about now. 2nd and 10 for the Millers at their own 38, trailing 49-7. Quick throw to the right side. That goes to Day. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to jump outside at the 40, but that's a really nice play on the outside right there by Union. And that play was made by Ashton Fowler, who took on the blocker and knocked him down. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Let's get quickly down to Jeff.
Well, guys, there's a lot more to be happy about on the Union sideline right now. The defense is performing exceptionally well, and the coaches are very proud of the way they've cleaned up their mistakes and started playing real Red Hawk football.
And, there was a lot of talk at that half about giving up some yards, and they did still give up some yards in the 3rd period, but also, of course, had some picks. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7, Yukon at their own 41-yard line. They need the 49. Single set back again is Day, and I think a timeout. Yeah, Coach Barnes is going to call a timeout. Yeah. We'll keep it here at 7:23 to go in this 4th period. Now, looking at, as we mentioned, those other scores from around the state, that is a key game between Mustang and Owasso. I'll ask you, Coach, straight out, you surprised that Owasso is running away from Mustang like that?
Running away from, yes. To beat them, no. But then again, that might be my admiration of Bill Blankenship.
Well, it's 27-3, Owasso, and they're bouncing back from the loss to Union.
Yeah.
Mustang had moved up again in the rankings. And, of course, I got to tell you, as much as a player you love rankings, it doesn't matter to a coach right about now in the least bit. But I would not be surprised if Mr. Blankenship didn't use it as a motivator.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Yeah, the whole bunch of them did. And that doesn't surprise me.
No, so they are laying it on pretty good. Edmond Santa Fe is a good team on this side, leading Edmond North by a score of 45-17. Norman is really struggling at 1-2. They are trailing 36-22 to Edmond Memorial. It is still 28-14. Norman North over Broken Arrow. That one probably ought to be updated by now, but it is not. Enid leads Moore 49-21. And Moore, who started 3-0, is now struggling. And then Westmore still leads Jinx, and I'm sure that is past the half. We'll see if we can get an update. 3rd down and 7 once again for the Millers at their own 41. Key back to throw. Going to throw it out quickly to the left side to Day, and it's incomplete. He had pressure right in his face. That came from Logan Haney, and he threw it out quickly to Day, but Day had Covington, Frederick, and another player closing in on him. That other player closing in right there was Jamison. No, it was Avante Johnson, a linebacker, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 7, and they will, do the smart thing, and that's kick this thing away. If you try for it here and you don't get it, you're just going to give Union another short field. So Diaz will come on to kick this thing away. J.T. Frederick will be back to return. He's standing around his 26-yard line. Diaz has had pretty short punts. That's another high snap. This one's a little better, and J.T. is going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a roll for Yukon and then rolls backwards, and it's going to be right at the 20-yard line, and that's where it'll go. And that's a smart play by J.T. You don't want to run over there and make a mistake trying to catch that thing on the run. That's what happens when you have a coach's son back there, isn't it?
Yes.
Because not only would you have to hear it from your coach, you have to hear it from your dad.
Oh, yeah, from your dad, your mom, all kinds of.
I'm not sure Mom gets that involved.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
you
never
haven't
know,
met
right?
her.
No, I have.
Yeah, she's a toughie.
Well, but if Kirk is kind of playing the hard guy role, good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Right, kind of thing. Then maybe Tino would be the nice cop, right?
Yes.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Hawks. They're going to mark it at the 20-yard line of Union. There'll be a handoff right there, and it is still Shaker Rising in that first team. As they hand that ball off, Schelling, wearing the 49 today instead of wearing the 24, is going to be up to, they're going to mark him, I think, around the 23?
Yeah. Looks like
something in that range?
Yes.
No, they're actually going to mark that back. Yeah, the 23. So we're going to call it a gain of a couple. With 6:33 and counting, up 49-7. Union will see if they can continue moving the football. We'll call it 2nd down and a long 8. Rising now sends Schelling in motion. He's going to fire it to him quickly. Nice block on the corner. Schelling turns the corner, runs through one tackle, gets the 1st down across the 30, and he's finally edged out of bounds around the 35-yard line. You can tell Yukon, is getting a little bit tired right now, too. Some of those guys have been chasing guys around all night long. It was Keller Troxel who pushed him out of bounds, but not before the 1st down gain. They'll mark it at the 35-yard line. And now I think at this point, Union would love to just use as much of the last 6 minutes as they can on this clock and just get on the bus.
Yes, I agree with you.
Brought a new running back in. It is still Shaker Rising, but a new running back there. They're going to turn and hand off, and that is Damar Neely, and good for him. He's up around the 40-yard line. I think they're going to mark him 39, where the knee went down. Final tackle in there. That was made by number 54 for Yukon, and that is Julian Valdeva. Right now, we are looking at, we're going to call it 2nd down and about 6. And again, got to congratulate Damar Neely. He only got the 1 carry. He's going to leave the game. And I know, he's been a running back, kind of dedicated. He's moved back over to defense, but he really loves playing that running back spot. 5 wide for Union on this 2nd down and 6. Quick throw left side, and that ball is dropped. It was a forward pass, so it does not matter. Schelling was out there with blockers in front of him, and I think he just turned and looked a little too quickly, Coach, and he dropped the football.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he took his eyes off of it, that's for sure.
It is still 28-14 Norman North over Broken Arrow in the 4th period. And we are in the 3rd now with Westmore leading Jinx 14-6, so we'll keep an eye on both those. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Redhawks. Up 49-7. Ball at their own 39. They're going to need the 45 for the 1st down. Rising in the shotgun. Neely to his left. Now he's going to fire it over the middle. That ball is caught, and that is a first down. And a nice quick throw in there. The tight end, Luke Lazenby, caught it. He was taken down immediately, but that doesn't matter. It's enough to move the chains. They'll go right about the 46.5-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 7, and the Redhawks move the chains, continue the drive.
And best yet, to continue to run the clock.
Yep. That clock is moving. Under now 5 minutes to play here in this fourth period. No, Union would like to get on the bus and get on back home. 3 wide, short slot left side. Again, Neely's going to be the single setback. They'll fake to Damar. Fires middle of the field. That ball is caught at the 45-yard line of Yukon. And again, Shaker Rising just distributing left and right. Brendan McQueen made that catch. He's going to get 9 on the play. And Yukon, again, nice tackle in there by Andrew Garcia, but not before the 9-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 1.
And that was almost a sidearm throw.
He does that. He's got great arm angles. You mentioned once it's a little like Mahomes.
And,
And although, that's not a comparison you want to make yet necessarily,
not to anyone.
He does have those arm angles.
He does.
There's no question. Neely, the single setback, he'll move to the right of Shaker in the shotgun. Shaker is going to fake, roll to his right, throw again, and is caught once again. Oh, nice move at the 30, to the 25-yard line, down to the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Brendan McQueen left one guy just on the ground grasping for air. It's Lucas Reyes who makes the final tackle, but that's a quick throw of 24 yards and a great run in there by Brendan McQueen, who has become one heck of a target and a real threat after he catches the ball, Tom.
Oh, they got so many weapons. It's almost hard to get it all, evened out and get everybody a chance.
Shaker is 7 yards away from 400 passing. Rolls to his left. Let's see if he gets it right here. Fires toward the end zone. That ball is incomplete, but there should be a flag down there. As in the end zone, trying to go back once again. Oh, actually, McQueen caught it. McQueen caught it. I thought he got dragged down ahead of time.
I did too. I didn't see him catch it.
Holy cow. Brendan McQueen caught that football almost miraculously as he was being dragged down simultaneously. Shaker will go over 400 yards and is 55-7. There's a flag down back there, too, which should be interference. It's a little dark in that corner, and we do have pretty significant reflection off the glass here in this hermetically sealed booth. So I didn't get a really good look at it, but that was obviously one tremendous throw and catch in there by Brendan McQueen. Extra point upcoming. Miles Davis will hold. That ball is up into the air, and it is good. Say the officials. Emerson Kiker knocks it through, and it's now 56-7 Union on a remarkable throw by Shaker Rising, who now has 412 yards passing on 29 of 33, 4 touchdowns, an 88% completion rate, and his rating as a quarterback, 232.8. And on the other side of things, it's not shabby. If I told you your quarterback would go into a game and with 3.5 minutes to go, would be 22 of 37 for 238 and a touchdown, 69% completion rating, and a 106 rating, would you take it?
Oh yeah, I'd take it.
Well, that's
absolutely every time.
That's what Key Holden is tonight.
Yeah, he's done well.
Unbelievable night right here for both these quarterbacks. Now, unfortunately for Key, he's also thrown a couple of picks, including one that went back for a touchdown. So that drive, 8 plays, 79 yards, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The pass to Brendan McQueen, scored on a 19-yard play. The extra point is good, and now you look at a 56-7 score.
There must have been a penalty on the extra point.
Yeah, I think that was the interference penalty that will then carry over because McQueen was just absolutely mobbed in the end zone as that ball got there and somehow kept his focus and was able to catch that. And I really will be surprised if we see the starters after this. I understand they wanted to get to work, and they got it. The approach on the kick. And this one, once again, is going to go into the end zone. Once again, that was a different kicker for Union. This time, putting the foot to the ball was Gavin Litchfield, number 36. So congratulations, Gavin. That's 2 touchbacks. Both of them when you kick from a little further downfield, but who really cares?
Nope. It's just going to say touchback. It's not going to say where you kicked it from.
Shaker Rising has completed balls to 11 receivers. 11. 3 catches for Brendan McQueen. 3 for Grayson Tempest. All right, I'm sorry. They've got Grayson Tempest on there. Sorry. They have Grayson Tempest. That's Damian Marshall, right? But 11 different receivers. Grayson plays for University of Tulsa now, and actually did get a little game time on kickoff the other night. Actually, last night. Boy, if Grayson was back on this team, look out.
Oh, my goodness.
Holden Key will roll to his right to fire. He fires downfield, and it's incomplete. The ball was a little out of the reach of the intended receiver, and that was Lucas Jones. It'll fall incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Oh, boy. Gotta love high school football. Suddenly, Grayson's in the book, and he's not even here.
No.
Second and 10 for Yukon at their 20, trailing 56-7 with 3:20 to go in this game. Holden Key going to hand the football off. This time across the 20-yard line to around the 22-yard line. That's a brand new running back. They handed that ball to Gage Newman, and Gage put the head down and got forward as much as he could. He only got a couple, but he did get that couple, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. Seems some different defenders out there for Union as well. Run through some players we can find. Josh Teal's out there, although he's played a good bit tonight. We've got Tucker Koch at linebacker. I see Dejon Gaines at safety. Once again, a deep left side throw comes from Key, and that one is well overthrown. And Lucas Jones just ran out of gas around the midfield line. He was trying to get to that ball, and Key lofted it high, and Lucas just at about the 45-yard line just shut it down. Coverage out there was by Dejon Gaines. Also out there for Union is Cyrus Burris. Let's see, who else as they run off the field? Dre Willis was out there playing safety. And one more, I believe that was Julian Lasky. So we want to get those names out there if we can for those young men and their families. Punt up coming for Diaz, standing around his 10-yard line. Oh, and that ball looked like it was going to be blocked, and he just got rid of it. It's going to be picked up, and Union's on the move. J.T. Frederick down around the 43-yard line. It's a good job by J.T. of grabbing that football and getting upfield. I really thought that was going to be blocked, and the angle had to be just what was bad in that, Tom.
I agree. Had to be, or he
went underneath him. Who knows? Yeah. But that brings it back to the 43-yard line of Yukon. And with 2.5 minutes to go here for Union, I am assuming we're going to probably get a different quarterback and set of receivers and everything, and we will. Coming out to play quarterback for Union, that is Cason Delgado. Now at the 43-yard line, Delgado will hand it off left side, and that is Neely again. Delgado kept it. What great ball handling.
Yes.
Delgado faked to the inside, faked us out and everybody else, kept it, got around the left side all the way to the 35-yard line. So that's an 8-yard gain, and really almost 9. They're going to mark him at the 34. Great ball handling, and there by Cason Delgado. And he never got tackled. He just ran out of bounds. 2 players tackled Damar Neely. Neely will once again beat a single setback. Now he's to the right of Cason Delgado. Nice job by the young man. And this time he will hand it to Damar, and he crashes forward. He's going to get, I think, right at the first down. Really close. Yeah, they're going to give him the first down. Yeah. The near side line judge is going to mark him right at the 33, and that's enough. And there is a Yukon player down, so they'll stop the clock at 2:14 to go in this game. 56-7, Yukon trailing Union. The player's down on his knees with his head on the ground. The training staff will run out there. He's not moving, but he is on his knees, which is a good sign. You wonder, Coach, if he just got a pretty good solid shot to the head and is taking a moment to gather himself. Leaning up a little bit now. And hopefully in a moment he'll stand. So that is, as you heard Richard say, I think in the background, Jonathan Finley, I think, a defensive lineman. Yep, it is Finley. He is now sitting more upright. And now he's going to get up and walk off on his own. You know, now he's shaking that right arm as though maybe a stinger.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of times, Coach, when that happens, if it hasn't happened to you before, that's frightening. You lose a little feeling. You know, you're not quite sure what's going on. And he kind of shook that right arm. I don't know if that's what that was or not. But fortunately, he is walking off on his own. So that's good news for Jonathan Finley and his family. Yeah, I think he took one on the shoulder because he's flexing that hand there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Union now at the 33-yard line. Cason Delgado, once again, he'll hand it to Damar Neal. No, he kept it again. Here goes Delgado. He's off to the races. Oh, my goodness. This young man's a heck of a ball handler. He's down all the way to the 20-yard line. He was dragged down there at the 20 by Cam Washington. That's good for another 15, and he's putting up yards already. Delgado with some wheels right there. And, you know, if you're Coach Frederick, you're inside 2 minutes and counting, and you're not trying to run the score up. You're just letting your quarterback run. And, you know, that Yukon defense is tired. Now, you've got a couple of second-teamers out there themselves, but they've got to be tired.
Oh, wore out. They've been out there for so long.
Delgado will once again be in that shotgun with Neely to his left. And he's going to take it again, this time kind of out of necessity. He outruns 2 to the end zone. He's at the 10, the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. That ball was snapped high and left. He was able to drag it in and then take off, and he split 2 defenders right about the 16-yard line, and then from that point on, no one was going to catch number 10. He wheels it on into the end zone from 20 yards out, and it's 62-7 Union, and you got to feel good for Cason Delgado's family.
Oh, absolutely.
That's, first of all, an athletic play, Tom, just to catch that ball. It bounced up to his left, and he was able to get it in. I think that time he was trying to hand off to Damar because Damar turned around and looked for it, and then Neely just took off, and there you go.
He's got some speed.
He does have that. Extra point up and good. So Union has figured it out. Emerson Kiker is your kicker, and although Cason Delgado is not right now your quarterback because of a guy named Shaker Reisig, you certainly have found that this young man has ball handling skills, and he can run. 63-7 Union with 1:27 to go in this football game. And even though that's the score, and if you only see the score, you'll think, nothing to work on there, and that would be wrong.
No.
You've got some pass defense to work on. You have a little bit of penalty issue to work on. Coaches are always going to find something to chew on, but I'm sure they will. 11 penalties for 75 yards. 6 for 60 for Yukon. So you're talking about 17 penalties between these two. And I'm sure neither coach will be happy about that. 545 yards total offense for Union right now, 276 for Yukon. And again, if you came into this and I told you that Yukon was going to have 276 yards worth of offense, you'd say no. I mean, that's just a really good job by this offense of hanging in there, being behind all game. That touchdown drive was 43 yards, took 4 plays, only 1:03. And your freshman Delgado, 3 carries for 42 yards, and including the 20-yard touchdown as he exploded off the left side. So you know what? When Shaker Reisig got here and started playing like that, several guys in this program decided to go play other places who were quarterbacks. And you can understand. Delgado is a young guy, and he's staying in this program, at least as of right now. And right now, it looks like he got some pretty good backup.
That's right. He's done when he's played, which hasn't been a whole lot. He's done a good job.
So 1:27 to go in this football game. Once again, kicking off for Union will be Gavin Litchfield. Back around the 5-yard line is the return man. And that ball is going to be much shorter. It's going to be fumbled around right around the 14-yard line. And taken down right there is that return man. And that is number 21 for Yukon, Caden Galbraith. He didn't get very far with it. And it'll be 1st and 10 right there for the Millers. Caden Galbraith is listed as a linebacker at number 21, but that was him on the return. So that'll mark about the 17-yard line, actually, and it'll be 1st and 10 right there for Yukon. And then see if they bring Holden Key back out. They will. Key will come back out, and once again, number 21, Galbraith, will be his running back. Clock is moving, though, as we are nearly finished here in Yukon. Union sneaks up like they're going to blitz. They do, and they hand the ball to Galbraith, and he is swallowed up. He might have actually lost a yard. He did. He actually lost 2. Interior defense. Nice job getting up off the bottom of that pile. Once again, a guy, as I mentioned, has played quite a bit tonight. That is Josh Teal. Did a really good job of getting there first. Had a little help at the end of that play, but he was the first one on the scene. Also in there was Cyril Smith, a linebacker. 16 on the play clock, so they'll have to snap it one more time with Yukon. Holding Key will bring him up one more time. He'll hand it off one more time, and crashing into the middle once again across the 21-yard line goes Galbraith, and that's going to be all, and that's going to do it. They won't have to snap it again, and as a matter of fact, Yukon is already kind of headed for the locker room. The two teams have lined up at the 50, and they're going to go shake hands. So, Tom, even though we're not at zeros, the guys actually, there's still 4 on the play clock. And the referee held the ball up and said, "No, sir, we're done." That is the official's version of waving the white flag, my friend. We are finished. Clock's at 0, and it's 63-7. We'll take one final little bit step aside here. We will wait for, we'll hear from Kirk Frederick. As soon as he's finished talking to the team, he will be interviewed by Jeff Johns, and Jeff will let us know, and we'll be able to get that on the radio. In the meantime, let's go over some of those stats here as we are waiting. The two teams, once again, are getting toward the center of the field, and they're shaking hands. All right, so let's take a look at the overall stats. 545 yards for Union, 280 yards for Mustang, and for Yukon. And I am told to wrap it up. And when I am told to wrap it up by the guy in charge, and that's Andy, I'm going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
So Andy Irwin says time to go. We will go. 825 yards total offense tonight. Great night for Shaker Rising at 29 of 33, 412 yards. That's going to do it for us then tonight. Next week, Union back home, and we'll see you then. Until then, 63-7 Union wins. So long from Yukon.